Yeah, I'm ready to go too.
Yup.
Let's go to Wrath of the Godkin. Okay, great. Hello. Hey there, everybody. Boss Jellybean. Oh, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Hype. Thank you, Owlbear. Thank you, everybody in chat. And yeah, welcome to Wrath of the Godkin. So we are down one member right now, but Ree/Ronnie is with us in spirit. I have Ree and Ronnie's voice trapped in the soundboard here. What do you think about that, Ree/Ronnie?
I don't know about that.
Well, I'm going to control you this week. So I will be in charge of everything you say and do and whether you live or die.
I think that sounds very wise.
Good. So we are good to go. Everybody else is here. Sorry we got started a little bit late. We were dealing with I guess Oddish's internet service provider is just being troublesome, right? And
Yeah.
hopefully
It seems like it's back now, though. So fingers crossed it stays that way.
Right. So if Oddish pops in or out, just keep in mind that we might have to deal with that in the meantime. Anyway, let's do our little intro outro and let you guys know what happened previously on Wrath of the Godkin. So this is, as I said, Wrath of the Godkin. It's the D&D campaign where the druid's secret handshake looks like he's grabbing an imaginary boob. We learned that last time. Say hello to Ronnie, the bugbear fighter, Waylon, the human paladin, Oz, the Kenku wizard, Kelken, the Firbolg druid, and Affinity, the tiefling bard. Our heroes are experts at getting themselves into trouble, but before they do exactly that, let's find out what happened last time. So last time, Finn woke up to find her sentimental dagger missing. Waylon used locate object to find that the dagger was stowed somewhere deep within the ship. The party also found that other shipmates had lost their belongings as well. Kelkin turned into a spider and crawled through the cracks in the ship to find a secret hidey hole where two kids were playing with the stolen goods. Finn pressured Oz to reprimand the kids since it was Oz's decision to bring the kids aboard in the first place, and Oz begrudgingly rose to the challenge of being a parental authority figure. When the party entered the hidey hole, they found no kids, but the captain instead, who was acting strangely childish. After some brief deductions, it was revealed that Buggo, one of the two kids, was a changeling who had been masquerading as the captain. The party returned the stolen goods, and Bird Kid gave the pirate kids a good talking to. They seemed to learn their lesson. Finn then spoke with Horatio, hoping to learn his intentions regarding the expensive gold statue of the party's former client. In the process, she learned that Horatio was having very conflicting feelings regarding Finn and where her loyalties lied. Finn couldn't get to the bottom of Horatio's implications, but she was at least able to discern that his friendship with her uncle Vice made him treat her with slightly more trust than any of the rest of the party. The lookout in the crow's nest on the ship spotted a giant electric eel on the port side of the vessel. Kelkan immediately recognized this to be an umbrelux, a type of strange creature that a friend of his had been researching. A pirate tried to fire a grappling spear at the eel, but missed and inadvertently attached the ship to a giant barnacle, a tentacle-covered beast that began to attack the ship and attempt to capsize it. After a fierce battle, Ronnie and Waylon performed a fastball special that allowed Way to perform a devastating downward smite on a crack in the creature's skull, destroying its outer shell. But the creature, now shattered, revealed a second, weaker form, one still ready to attack Ronnie and Way, who were standing atop the beast. Before anyone could respond to this transformation, a surge of water erupted nearby, and the nefarious Godkin, Nautilus Blood Foam, emerged, leaping directly toward Ronnie, Way, and the beast. Just a reminder, you can donate to change the outcome of the game, and the rewards are listed right down there on the screen. And with that, our party is still mid-combat with their greatest foe, Nautilus, launching straight towards them. So guys, Oddish, can you switch us over to some climactic battle-y music, please?
Of course.
Oddish is our wonderful DJ. And, love to hear it.
I think that sounds very wise.
That's right. Good work, Oddish. I also have
Plays the
this new
booing
sound
noise.
effect too. It's not appropriate for the situation, but great. So if anything sexy happens, I'm prepared. Just keep that in mind. So right now, basically what you guys see is a few of you are still on deck. Ronnie and Wei are on top of this beast. The beast's shell's cracked. It's now this like lithe and limbered, gelatinous almost creature. No longer is its hard carapace keeping it safe. It's like wobbly. It's a little bit difficult to stay atop it. But while you guys are struggling to maintain your balance, Nautilus emerges and just shoots off of a wave like a dolphin shooting out of the water and going straight towards you guys. Wei, how are you responding to this?
Waylon has been like, he was like celebrating, and then he turns around and he kind of just looks like a kitten that like got dipped in bathwater, just like, oh no, this is horrible. I am in the worst place.
So Nautilus is flying towards you. Ronnie is going to be readying their weapon under the understanding that this could be Nautilus coming in for a devastating attack on them. But as Nautilus surges forth and lands atop the creature, he's actually going to be jamming what looks to be a spear into the creature's what used to be its hardened skull, but is now just its head leading into its brain, and starts imbuing that with some freezing energy, trying to stop its brain completely and reduce its motor function. So basically skewering its head and freezing it from the inside. And now, for the first time, Wei and Ronnie, you guys are like inches away from this God King. He's passed by you before, but now you guys are right next to each other, and he is just skewering this thing. And you can see the thing, like, just from the sheer blow of this thing. I mean, you had weakened it considerably. It was not in a good way at all after what you did to it, Wei. It was in a bad way, a bad way. And it was basically about to throw you guys off, but now it is getting basically rigid. You can see these icy fractals moving down its face onto its tentacles and neck. A lot of them had been chipped off and ripped off by the giant eagles, which Nautilus managed to jump straight over to avoid their attacks of opportunity. And at this point, he's just like blasting the spear into this thing's head, and you see all of this this dark energy emanating from him, and it seems to be like surges of natural. Actually, wait. Would you mind rolling an Arcana check to see if you can get any quick insight into what's happening?
Absolutely.
Ooh, natural 20, first roll of the
Very
game.
cool.
Natural 20.
That's either really great or really bad.
Finn, while we're speaking of natural 20s, I will say that tomorrow, or at the stroke of midnight, here in the Eastern time zone, it will be our own Ink Viral / Affinity's birthday, which means you will have access to your birthday roll. So if you would like to use it in tonight's session, you have that opportunity. So
Awesome.
You can just write one birthday roll on your sheet, and you will be able to use it. It's a special thing we do here for our players on this channel. Hey, yes, thank you, Boss Jellybean. Happy birthday, and great stream earlier today, Boss Jellybean. Love to see your artwork. Can't wait to see you once that update finally finishes, get to see you play some Baldur's Gate. Shart's not doing too well in her playthrough. That's what I learned today. We might have to have a funeral for Shart. So With that natural 20 Arcana check, you get like both a mixture of like Way is a creature of complete street smarts, right? And sometimes that arcane knowledge and that street smarts have a double helix of coincidence, and right now that's what's happening. You see the motion, you see the power of the spell, you see him basically almost seemingly enchanting a weapon in real time, using a spell with a weapon, and that seems crazy overpowered even to you. You're like, what is happening there? And then you get this sense, even with all the sea spray and the foam and all the madness and chaos around you, it smells like Megalithari blood. It smells like the blood, the altered blood that you had before from those experiments in that goblin cavern where you first met Kiki. This is, if there was ever any question, the source of his power is this blood, and he is using a surge of it now to take this thing down. The creature begins to rumble and tilt now in its basically tilting and sinking, losing control of its motor function. I'm going to need a way to roll a Constitution save to try to stay upright. Ronnie's gonna crouch down and rip onto the surface as best they can. Okay, with that, you were able to easily, using your natural dexterity, just sort of dance back and forth a little bit on this tipping thing, teetering back and forth, almost like a tightrope walker. And you're feeling really good about the fact that you're able to stay steady on this thing, even as it's going down. And you're sort of turning and looking behind you to see you had managed to climb above where Finn is at, and now you can feel as the creature sinks, you're slowly becoming equal height, eye level with Finn. And as you turn back, you see for the first time Nautilus making direct eye contact with you. He looks at you and he's just like, "What are you fucking idiots doing?" And he reaches back, and with a surge of water, he basically conjures up a tendril of water from nearby and just shoots you with a hydro cannon, like a Blastoise, backwards onto the deck of the ship. And that's what he's attempting to be doing. And he does the same thing to Ronnie as well. So you have this.
I'm fine with this.
You have the power. Yeah. So I was going to ask you, you have the choice in this moment to try to resist this thing. And I feel as though Ronnie would try to resist this thing, knowing Ronnie not wanting to be out of control of a situation and not sure what's happening, especially with someone so awful. So, Wei, you're going to get blasted back and sort of bonk against the mast of the vessel. Or not really. Yeah, I guess basically you're going to land right here on the map.
Is there any way for me to look at Ronnie and be like, yeah, we want this. Let's just take this. This is a W. Let's take the W.
You're not 100% sure what's going to happen. You are sort of lucking out in the moment. All this is happening continuously. So what I need for you to do is to make athletics or actually make a dexterity save to see if you can land on your feet as you get blasted backwards. Okay, wow, you were just killing it right now. Really strong rolls. So what's going to happen is you get basically flipped head over heels backwards and land on your feet and do a little gymnast pose almost accidentally, just trying to regain your balance. And Ronnie's gonna claw into this rubbery surface with their bugbear claws, and it's gonna take 3 blasts from Nautilus to blast Ronnie back. And Ronnie's going to be so tied into clawing this thing, even as it's going down, that they're only going to get blasted back a couple feet and land on the edge of the deck, and then like scramble up like a cat trying to get out of the bathtub onto the deck after that, and land and sort of heaving, but then just immediately with the rumble hammer out, ready to fight Nautilus. What are the rest of you guys doing? The rest of you guys who are on the deck right now.
Holy shit.
I think Kelkin is still invisible till I don't know when the next quote-unquote turn is, if we're still in turn order, but he's invisible for the time being, but he's like locked in on making sure the eagles don't get too far in case they need to attack.
You were doing, what's that thing, the Furbolg thing called?
Hidden Step.
Hidden Step. Where's Ozzy?
By the captain.
Ozzy is currently hanging out with
yeah.
the captain. He keeps looking between the action and the captain, being like, shall we do anything about this, or just let it play out?
Oz, when you turn to look at Captain Horatio, you see him having lost. He looked pretty tense and stressed and frustrated while he was trying to wrest control of the vessel away from this sea creature. But now that you see him, he looks very different. If you would like to, you can roll an insight check. I'm not sure if Oz would want to, but you have that option.
Now, Oz is asking him for insight, so he is going to roll an insight check on him.
Okay, great. Oz, even not knowing this man very well, you get the sense that his you know enough about the fleshier creatures to know that when the pigment of his skin becomes as white as your feathers, something has put the fear of the gods in him. And it's almost strange to think that it wasn't this creature before, but at the sight of Nautilus, it's almost like all of the musculature in his body has just, like, disintegrated. He looks like a man awaiting death.
Oz whispers to the captain, "Can we slam Nautilus with the boat?"
He looks at you, and he can't even make a clear statement. He's just sort of sputtering that. This was his worst fear realized. He doesn't know if you're serious or not. He doesn't look like there's... He based on what you can tell from that insight check, it doesn't seem that he thinks there's anything you guys can do at this point. This Barnacoth is toast. It is sinking down to the ground, or to the surface of the ocean, and then is suddenly goes beneath the surface. Just before it does, Nautilus is going to leap off of it. And leap over to this section of the boat. This guy's gonna back away compulsively. And Nautilus is going to look at everyone on board and back and forth, and he's just gonna yell, "Horatio!" The ship appears to be relatively all right at the moment. It's sort of like, based on some of the ropes have come undone from all the battering back and forth, so it's not exactly sailing well. It's just sort of like listlessly rolling with the waves in the water. All sound but the ocean itself has basically died down now. And slowly the captain, like a man walking to the gallows, makes his way towards Nautilus. is anyone else going to respond in any way to him, to Nautilus, as the captain slowly makes his way forward, his feet plodding softly along the deck?
He doesn't work for you anymore, you know.
He looks. You're saying this to Nautilus, yeah?
Yeah.
He looks. But this is gonna happen before the captain fully arrives. He's just gonna look at you and take a few steps forward. And Ronnie's gonna stamp in the way. And he's gonna go eye to eye with Ronnie at this point. Ronnie is going to make it clear to Nautilus that no matter what happens, they're not going to let him cross this line. And I'm going to pull up Ronnie's sheet real quick. And have Ronnie make an intimidation check.
Can I help Ronnie?
Sure, I'll give Ronnie
Oh.
advantage on that. Okay. And they're going eye to eye. Let's see how Naughty's gonna stack up against this. So Ronnie rolled a 17. Pretty intimidating. Pretty clear, even waterlogged, even kind of looking like a wet cat right now. Ronnie is not. Ronnie's willing to put their life on the line to defend their friends. And Naughty's gonna roll intimidation too. Natural 20. Wow.
Damn.
Wow. With a +5 to intimidation that doesn't really matter. Just immediately outweighs. And so as Naughty is looking into Ronnie's eyes, Ronnie sees something that triggers a feeling of fear and being overpowered that was so suppressed in Ronnie's mind from childhood that it was just like a repressed memory. And suddenly, Ronnie can feel water in their throat that they didn't even know they swallowed. Seawater, and just and just coughs and falters for a second, breaking the gaze away. And Nautilus just sneering with this slight smirk looks over the slightly bent Ronnie's head towards Finn and says, "You all work for me. That's what you don't seem to realize. You all work for me!" Ronnie's gonna wipe the spit from their jaw and just stand back up, growling. The captain's gonna push past, put their hand on Ronnie's shoulder gently, ask Ronnie to step out of the way, which they do only because of the gentleness of the touch, of being like, they can feel, even in that momentary tap, that the captain's natural coarseness, natural sailor bravado is gone. This is a weary man. And Horatio goes up to Nautilus. Nautilus takes a step back, and they sort of have a little bit of a conversation together in front of you guys on the stairs here. What the hell are you doing out here? You're supposed to be finding the orbs! I've got my best men working on it. Then what are you doing here? It's not your job to be here. You think you can run away from me? You didn't give me a way to stay in contact with you. It's not a good excuse. But I have something that you know about that needed tending to. And I'm sorry that I failed you. And that I have time and again. And this one here, he points to Finn, is loyal to a fault. So loyal, she speaks, though it ain't even her turn. She hates to see me under the boot of another. And gods know I hate to be under a man's boot. But you are no man. You are like to be a god. And I know, same as the rest of us know, and he turns over his shoulder to look at the rest of you guys, almost as if he is trying to make a point, that you could kill us all, capsize us where we stand, and that would be the end of it. But we both want the same thing. For you to get what's yours, and for your agreement with my friend to be fulfilled. Listen to all your fucking bullshit, man! And Nautilus is gonna spit into Horatio's face, and Horatio's just gonna, like, glance at the deck and take the spit. And he's just gonna be like, you can talk all you want, but man, what are you doing here? I know it's bullshit. I know you're running away. I'm not running away. You'll laugh, but we're going to attend Scorch's wedding. I knew if I told you, you'd say it wasn't important, but he's my best and closest friend. A wedding? He looks genuinely baffled, but then he seems to remember something, like someone had mentioned this to him before. You've gotta be fucking kidding me. You leave from the job that you're supposed to do, knowing I want to fucking rip your throat out. Knowing I want to rip your balls off and shove them down that throat and then rip that throat out. You know? And then you sail through barnacle-infested water. What are you doing, man? I know. I just wanted to make... I thought I saw a storm coming the other way. I didn't want to miss the ceremony. But you will have to know that the men back on the island are still working. They found one of the orbs from the sandwich. They killed her. Cut her throat. There's only one remaining. Once they find that, you'll be in those ruins. You'll have what you're after. You can go and check yourself if you'd like. It's all true. At this point, Nautilus has a look on his face. Anyone who'd like to do an insight check now can.
Please.
not one of Way's best rolls. The good rolls.
No.
The good
Three
rolls.
You were
20s
on a
in a
streak.
row and a 9.
The good rolls have rolled away. Kelken, you know enough about animal behavior from your place behind the mast to be. You've been observing their, not just their words, the words and the bluster of them seem like almost like two apes, or maybe like birds peacocking, trying to puff themselves up, performing. The words aren't important, it's the bodies that tell the tale. Even though he's standing, Horatio might as well be laying down with his head in his hands. And there seems to be no interest in Nautilus, either because of what's, you can see his nostrils flame, either because of what's coursing through his body, some sort of advanced adrenaline because of whatever he's on, or just the hatred in his soul. But he's about to kill this man. Let's go ahead. Sorry.
I think Kelkin's too frozen in fear. Like, him being invisible is more a product of him being too shit scared to come out right now. And despite all of the talks he's had with Ronnie about bravery, I don't think he's quite ready to give it up yet. Not he doesn't know he exists, and he wants to keep it that way, but in a kind of cowardly, not tactical way just yet.
As you're weighing your options, Kelkin, you hesitate, knowing you don't want to reveal yourself. And that's when another tentacle emerges from the ocean over in this direction, on the back port side, and slaps the side of the vessel. And then another from the back of the boat towards the rudder hits it. And it sort of snaps Nautilus out of his stupor. And he says, "You see! This is what happens when you fail to communicate. That's what people don't get. You gotta learn to communicate." And he leaps off the boat as another Barnacoth emerges, and then another, and then another. And suddenly, 3 Barnacoths are swarming the port side of the vessel. Now it was just one. The boat is being swarmed by these things, slowly emerging. It seems as though you have wandered into a nest of them. You try to get out of the way of the storm. I could have warned you. I could have told you. We could have communicated. There could have been a schedule, but you run away like a coward, because that's what you are, you little bitch. And Nautilus, as he's castigating Horatio, does a strange spell as he's riding this wave, and his visage begins to split into 3 water-based clones of himself that each rush off and attack a different Barnacoth that begins to emerge, cutting at the tentacles that hit the boat, making them recoil. And Horatio is just shocked to see him doing this. Go! Go! I need the orbs! I'll be back! I'll be back to check your words! And then you and I will finish this! Horatio looks like there's a spark in his eyes suddenly. A slight glimmer, 1% of hope. And he rushes back where the helmsman is standing, and he shoves them out of the way, grabs the wheel, and just drives the ship away, starts barking orders. The sailors all grab the ropes and just know exactly what they have to do. This is their moment. Everyone who wants to help, based on what you learned in the previous session where you guys were literally learning the ropes, can make a strength or a dexterity save, your choice, to try to grab something and assist anyone. Ozzy learned
do
thing. Everyone who
acro-
isn't Oz who learned something. uh,
Ooh.
Can I do acrobatics instead of a dex save?
you got to do something that's a save, right?
Oh,
So
okay.
Kel can re-roll yours as a save, please.
Oh shit! Yeah, thank you.
So Kel, you are still frozen in fear, not wanting to give yourself away. You sort of stumble, but you are not found out. As you are, hey Xena, welcome in. As you are, as the boat turns, you are sort of like cast onto the deck, and Wei, you and Affinity basically just start grabbing ropes, climbing the mast, and Ronnie is joining you, tying down the ropes, getting the sails at full sail, and you guys are off. And before you know it, everything is a tightly running machine. You guys are catching the wind and zooming, sailing away. And in the background, you see this one man and with all of his power fighting these giant sea creatures. And in the as you see you begin to pull from the point where you can see him, you see him being gripped by tentacles and pulled under the water. And that's the last that you see of him from where you can as you sail off. Horatio drives the vessel onward for about 45 minutes to an hour as you all stare off in silence, waiting, certain that death will come, but neither Nautilus nor death seem to come. Hey, oh, we just got a raid. One moment, everyone, while I tend to our new raiders. So thank you very much, Begging Kirby, for this.
Hey.
Hey, it's your boy Lloyd, a Spooky the Alien. Hey, welcome in, raiders. Thank you so much, Spooky Little Ash, my sweetie poo. Love you very much, dear. Spooky Little Ash is an incredible content creator, incredible gamer, big Baldur's Gate fan, cosplayer, everything you could possibly want, and more. Wonderful person, new friend of mine, and I just love that I'm lucky enough to have that person in my life. So thank you so much, Spooky Little Ash, for this raid. We are in a very climactic session of Dungeons and Dragons. Those are actually Duke Skunk. Those are actually giant eagles summoned by our druid. So eagles, not seagulls, but close enough. Close enough if you are what's her face in that commercial. But yeah, we're right in the middle of some climactic stuff. A big bad villain just emerged from the sea. Hey, Spooky Little Ash, and basically threatens the captain of the vessel's life. Nearly killed him in cold blood in front of everybody, and was then the fight got interrupted by horrible sea creatures. And now the villain is either alive or dead, pulled underwater by these sea creatures, risking his life to save them, even though he wants to kill them. It's a very complicated situation.
Imagine if they actually ended up murking him right then and there. Like, oh, there we go, we're safe now.
You don't know, and that's sort of the hope on everybody's mind right now. But the fear and knowing this guy's power, you guys are really just pins and needles. No one's willing to say a word, even though you're all thinking and hoping, and it's just like, it's like wartime. It's just like waiting for the bombs to fall. But they don't, and you keep on sailing. And after an hour and a half or so, the captain gives over the helm to the helmsman and begins to address the crew. His first mate is is sort of talking things over with him. And those of you who are close enough are like, you can hear him saying, "It's been enough time. He'd be back. He was coming back. He has the speed. I've seen him. We've escaped the gallows for the day. We'll be able to make port. But gods know what happens when he finally arrives. We must prepare." He turns to the party, the Sahooligans. He turns to you all, and he's just like, "I'd like to speak with you all. Those of you who are friends, any who wish to continue residing on this side of the world, please listen. He's gonna, like, light a torch as the sun is starting to not completely set, but it's just starting to get lower in the sky. And he's just gonna sort of gesture with it, give himself some a little bit of authority, and he's just gonna be like, "That man wants us all dead. Me most of all. But he's a cruel one. And once he's sated himself with my blood, he'll get hungry again. He's seen you all now. He looks to you, Finn. He's like, he just looks like really mournful. You've spoken to him. He looks to Ronnie. He's like, you showed him your strength. He'll remember that. What I tell you now, I tell you not out of admiration for the man, but so that you may better know what it is that you face." He sort of like crouches down, like he's standing around a campfire, and he's like, "Nautilus Bloodfoam was an outcast. He's a Triton, lived under the water, was part of a very militant, angry tribe. He was not. He wanted to be a musician, wanted to be a singer, make people happy. But they didn't believe in that. And, like many a very military, mercenary group, treating him like an outcast led to physical cruelty. It wasn't just isolation, beatings, to the point where he eventually felt no point in his own life but to run away. And so he left, found his way to land, learned what he wanted to learn, found a bit of power. And when he came back, he wanted to come back with that power. And prove them wrong, like so many do. But he wanted to show them that he was one of them at heart, and that he could unleash that same savagery that they unleashed upon him 24-fold. This was before he became what they called a god-gift, infused with their dark whatever. When he returned to his tribe, He found them all slaughtered, ripped to pieces, bones, bits. And you might ask, why does he choose to kill those beasts and not me? It was a very type of beasts that destroyed all of his former family. He's got a special penchant for hatred towards them. You might even say it's a obsession of his to wipe them out. Which is why I so foolhardily sailed in this direction, hoping he might not follow. And I put us all at risk. But if he's got the scent of our blood, he'll find us, no matter what. I just want you to know what you're up against. You've seen what he can do. You now know who he is. We should make port by tomorrow morning. We'll be in Jereksbonding. I can only hope that Scorch has a plan for us. Because if Nautilus Bloodfoam finds out what we've done, the conspiracy we've concocted together, that we've kept him out of those ruins, that we've hidden away his toy, there'll be no life for any of us. With that, he snuffs out the torch and heads back to his quarters.
Well, at least we'll be on land soon, right?
Ronnie's
Holy
going
shit, we're
to...
not dead.
Oh, what? Sorry, go ahead, Wei.
Holy shit, we're not dead.
Yeah. Again. Where's Kel?
Yeah, how long does your hidden step last, Cal?
It's supposed to last. It says a turn. I don't know how long that is.
Only 6 seconds?
He was
So
just hiding behind the mast.
So you've just been hiding.
Yeah, I guess I'll drop my thing.
So it probably ended earlier, but you were just cowering behind the mast at that
Yeah.
point. A very large man cowering behind that mast. And
You're right. We should be dead. The intent, the murderous intent that was coming off of him. We were dead. We got lucky.
Yeah, I think we might need to go downstairs. I think we need to replan.
I think that sounds very wise.
Says Ronnie.
Nice.
It's too good.
Ronnie may not be here, but the soundboard of Ronnie is. Well, Ronnie's here. Reese. As you guys make your way downstairs, you hear Lady Barnaby singing sorrowfully for the first time, and trying to respect everybody's dour mood is just sort of like sadly singing what seems to be some sort of like dirge or hymn to herself with low and mournful tones. Astrid is with y'all on top of the deck, and is hasn't said a word. She just looks sort of awestruck. She seems to have been awestruck ever since she saw Waylon and Ronnie land atop the thing. Everything that happened after that seemed to blow her mind, and she's just sort of shuffling like a shadow behind you guys downstairs. With your permission, I'm going to move you guys downstairs.
Thank you.
Oh,
Okay, I'm going to pull the map over here, so we're now downstairs. Hopefully that allows you guys to see. The name of the song is Anxiety. It sounds about right. I'm sorry, if I am being neglectful of chat. I can be a little bit in these times when we're running these D&D games, because there is a lot going on, a lot to deal with, and we just got to a very climactic part. Hey, Zeno, welcome in. I don't think I saw you before, or maybe I did, but I don't know if I said hi. So you guys make your way downstairs, and Tavian's going to run up to you, Way, and he's going to be like, "What happened? What happened? Did you see him? What did he say?"
He's not exactly happy, but we're safe for now. You'll be safe too if you stay down here. We're gonna be hitting port in the morning.
Polly is going to run up to you, Way, and is going to be like, "When you say for now, how long is that? Is he coming for all of us?"
I can't say. Seems like his hate boner's mostly on Horatio right now, and Horatio said that if he wanted to be, he would be here by now. So it seems like he's tied up at the moment.
maybe literally.
Hopefully, literally.
I think the hope is, and Kelkin just kind of looks at everyone down here. He might not know that any of you exist, and that might just be the safest way out of this for you, keeping it that way.
Yeah.
Slipe's going to come up to you, Cal, and is going to be like, "It sounded like there were more of those things outside."
There were, yeah, and he was going to. I don't know what he was going to do. Nothing good, but they showed up, and he went to fight them. It seems like the only thing he hates more than us right now is them.
Yeah, there's at least one god looking out for us, for sure.
In your head, Way, you can hear Fabian saying to you, "Yeah, I don't know how much help I'll be in this situation, to be honest. I've saved you from death once before, but I don't know."
Yeah, I'm kind of just hoping we hit land.
For the rest of the evening, you're free to do what you wish. It is a dour and melancholy evening as that dread hangs over everybody. You will be able to get the benefits of a long rest before you make land the next morning. But yeah, if there's anything else, any other conversations anyone would like to have, feel free to do them now.
Oh, sorry, go ahead, please.
If it's fine with y'all, can we have like a party sesh? Because we still haven't heard what Affinity has to report back from talking with Horatio.
Would you like to
Yeah,
incorporate or include your NPC buddies, or would you like to have it just the Sahooligan mainstays?
Probably just the hooligans, because
Yeah.
probably don't want to drag everyone else into that sort of madness.
Yeah.
As you guys peel off to go to your barracks, Polly's going to stop you, Finn, and is going to say, "Hey, if there's something that you know, you should tell us as well. We've been there for you, and we should. Well, I'd like to know." Yeah, Tuck want know too.
Well, it's hard to say, and I don't know, in this situation, it actually might be safer if you guys don't know everything.
Make a persuasion roll, please, Finn.
Yeah. I'm good at that. You know,
You've kept us in the dark for long enough. You can at least tell us what you're planning in there, at the very least.
I don't think we know what we're planning, to be honest. But if anything important comes up that involves your safety, you know, we're not going to leave you in the dark about that.
She gives you... She, like, squints slightly as she looks at you, but doesn't say anything. Slight's gonna step forward. I think we can trust them. They've been here for us so far. And you're not gonna leave us out to dry, are you? He sort of smirks at you.
After you helped us blow up an entire fucking dinosaur? Not a chance.
Tuck's gonna be like, huh? Dinosaur! Oh, Spina. Yeah. Good. Tavian's gonna go over to Polly and take her hand, noticing that she's still upset. Gonna be like, come on, Polly, we don't need them. We can make our own plans, right? And he sort of winks at her. And she looks at him and gets like a little look like, oh, look at you. Yeah, you're right. We should be able to take care of ourselves. Shouldn't we? And the others of the group, sort of forming a little group of their own, with a smile, decide that they're going to have their own little powwow out here while you guys do your thing. Ronnie's going to move into the room.
Yup.
Tonka come with. Me on a team.
Don't think us even thought to leave Tonka outside.
That's never a thought.
Tonka's already in bed. Okay, so you guys have shut the door and you guys are now able to communicate amongst yourselves.
So, what happened with Horatio? Seems like he doesn't hate our guts.
Yeah, hate's a strong word. It's really hard to say, honestly, because he was pretty vague and cryptic about a couple things. At this point, though, I feel like we should be in the clear with the whole statue thing, if that's still important.
Okay. What was he being vague and cryptic about? What was he saying?
I don't know. He was like bringing up loyalty and my family, sort of, and I don't really know what he expects of me or any of us outside of helping him not get murdered, probably.
Hopefully this brush with death has put those things out of his mind for the time being.
Yeah,
if there ever was a bright side, I guess.
Yeah. There's something we might want to know about Naughty.
Yeah.
Do you remember those freaky ass goblins in the camp?
Right.
The ones that were supercharged on Kiki's blood.
Yeah. And the flesh knife.
Oh, right.
I still have the bone knife.
What?
Don't worry,
Oh.
it's dead.
What if they had something in common with Naughty?
They both have bone knives?
No. No.
Like, they're super drugged up or something?
Yes.
I mean,
Well, yeah, Horatio did mention that Naughty wasn't always this way.
Exactly. And we already met somebody who's got blood that'll juice you up. We've seen it.
Ronnie's going to step forward. And that would explain why Naughty was trying to get into someplace maybe related to Kiki, right? Why he wants to get in the ruins. He knows the blood is powerful, and that suit, whatever it does, well, I guess we kind of know what it does to an extent. It's powered by that same blood, right?
Yeah.
You think he was using Kiki's blood from the goblins, or is there another weird worm guy we need to know about?
I think
I
there's
don't think-
probably a bunch of worm guys we don't know about. It's
I
hard
don't
to
think he had-
imagine Kiki's the last of his species, right?
And I think if he knew that Kiki was alive in the goblin camp, there wouldn't be a goblin camp and there wouldn't be a Kiki.
Fabian's gonna pop out of your head at this point and sit on the nearby dresser, cross-legged and just sort of musing with the rest of you. And he's gonna be like, I think that's a very astute observation there. Chances are he has no idea where Kiki is. And that's to our benefit. But yes, it does stand to reason. Maybe Kiki is the last of their kind. I don't know how much of this blood he's been going through. But if we can extrapolate what we know, it stands to reason that if this is the source of one Godkin's power, oh come on,
And there's
don't
more
all
than
say
one
it at
Godkin.
once.
But that begs the question, is it a compatibility thing? We faced things with Megalithari blood in them, and they were nowhere on the same level that Naughty is. Why is he so much stronger than the goblins we fought?
Perhaps it's a proportionality matter. If a squirrel were to imbibe the blood of a Megalithari, they might become an extremely strong squirrel. They were still a squirrel at their base nature. You're talking about somebody who was at the top of their game prior to becoming even more powerful. The Godkin have only become a known quantity in the last few years. Something or someone, perhaps all of them in unison, discovered this power. That does raise a question, doesn't it? how did they glom on to this idea? Who of them first discovered that they could use the blood to gain the power? And if they are all working together, why are they all so separate?
Well, the rest of the Godkin are on are on Plantania, right? So, sounds like our answers are going to be there.
Right. Which also suggests that we may find more evidence of Megalithari there, or dead Megalithari, or more juice factories.
Will you still be able to sense it?
It stands to reason. Although, well, I don't want to trouble you with anything else, but barring certain barriers put in place by the Godkin themselves, I should be able to, yes.
Ugh. This is like a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess we don't have a choice, but is this something we're going to involve ourselves in? We could flee. We don't. Do we have to do this?
Yeah, I don't think this was the quest we signed up for. I thought we were just kind of delivering a guy in a package.
I hate to make this all about me, seeing as I am sort of just a passenger within a passenger, but based on a very strange dream I had, I have a feeling that some of us may already be overly involved in this scenario.
Waylon turns to look at Fabian, just, really? A Godkin? A Godkin is your ex.
Well, don't just go and...
What?
I'm a simple fae or something.
How would a godkin date a ghost?
See? The chickadee has it. Understood?
What'd you call me?
Uh, boo! Ooh!
Excuse you. I am an owl. I am a magic owl.
I thought he was a
Shit.
kinku.
I don't care if you're gonna eat my eyes in my sleep. I am a magic owl.
What? Well, I suppose we did eat some strange things back in the day. But I don't even eat anymore.
Yeah,
Oswald squints his eyes. He doesn't believe that.
If I promise you not to be a problem for you, little bird, will you promise not to be afraid of me?
No.
All right, fair enough. But to answer your question, Wayland, none of your business.
You can't
Uh,
none of our business us and then tell us we have no choice but to get involved.
I
Some
didn't
things gotta
say.
take-
And then something strikes him, and he falls silent.
You didn't say what? Just spit it out already, dude.
I think the answer might be on the back of your hand, my dear.
Right.
You mean the tattoos that make us all friends?
Hmm.
But that's the thing. We could all choose not to take this up. I mean, let's be real. We're far from heroes. we're adventurers. We didn't sign up for this.
Yeah. Kel, I think what Fabian's trying to say is now that someone's caught sight of me, I'm chum.
I
Uh,
We
mean,
can keep you safe. We've kicked
From a
ass,
godkin.
right?
Kel, I think what Way's trying to say is that we're all in this together, whether we want to be or not, because of the oath that we pledged. If Way's in trouble, and if I understand correctly, it sounds like he might be, then that sort of means we're all in trouble. If Stony is to be believed. Or if these
I get
tattoos
that.
mean anything.
I wouldn't run from any of you, even if I had a choice. I'm just saying we can run together. We can keep Way safe. We can stick together and not have to deal with this, right? This is so out of our pay grade.
Yeah, I think as much as we're gonna try to keep out of it, I have a bad track record of keeping out of things.
And
I get it.
I hate to make you more afraid, little giant, but we're sort of headed right in that direction. Into the lion's den, so to speak. The closer we get to this problem, the more the problem is going to become aware of us. And from what I can tell, it seems as though you all now have a new enemy in Nautilus directly. If Horatio was to be believed, it really does sound like it's going to be him or you. And take down one godkin, I'm sure the rest would be primed to notice.
I know that. It's just, look, there was a moment up there when I was behind that mast. I could tell there was a very specific moment where I could sense that the next thing Naughty was going to do was kill Horatio where he stood. And I froze. I couldn't do anything. I don't want to be in a situation where it's not Horatio, it's one of you, and I cannot move a muscle.
Ronnie's gonna put an arm on your shoulder and say, well, that's why I think anyway, why we have each other. So that if any one of us can't do something, the others can pick up the slack a little. And yeah, he's strong. And I won't dare to say that the cliche of, together we could be stronger. I don't know if that could be even the case, but it sounds like we have one thing, which is we have a little bit of time to prepare and plan. And we have allies, and we'll have a new place with more resources. We might be able to find a way to make ourselves stronger. That way it'll be
We
a
also know-
difference. Oh, sorry.
We also know what makes him strong, and it sounds like we might be able to use it to make him weak.
And we know what he hates. Those things.
Not
All
a
right, well,
horrible start.
even if I didn't have a tattoo on the back of my hand that made me go with the rest of the group, I'm with you guys, no matter what we choose to do.
For what it's worth, I wouldn't blame you if you guys just like took me out back and cut off my hand. And he turns to Kel specifically. Don't get me wrong. I want to cut tail and get the hell out of here. I'm stuck.
If you're stuck, then I am too. By choice.
Thanks, man. And Waylon, go up for the handshake again.
Hell yeah.
This isn't really what I was expecting. You know, I left to try and, I don't know, become famous, which sounds so stupid now when I say that out loud, but I mean, if we can take down a godkin, that's fabulous press, right?
They won't
Ronnie-
be able to find you a bigger stage.
Ronnie's gonna say, "Hey, it's not stupid. It's what you want." So that makes it important. But yeah, this if we do this, yeah, you'll definitely be famous, one way or another.
I don't know if it's much, but you're famous to me, Finn.
Aw.
That does mean a lot coming from the bird kid.
Ozzy is smiling. He's happy. He feels like he's surrounded by friends, despite the impending doom.
Waylon looks down at the friendship symbol on his hand. He's like, and while we're having this nice touchy-feely moment, when we were in that cave and we had to like spill our secrets, I listen. I really hate telling all of you guys this. My real name isn't really Waylon Calidor.
What?
Yeah, about that, man.
Deception
we kind
check,
of
Finn. Natural 1 with a +10.
Yes.
Yep.
You have a
Yeah,
plus
about
10
that.
to deception. And you got a natural. Everyone
What,
can tell
Shepard?
Finn is badly phoning in her surprise.
We all kind of heard you back there.
Having a face journey right now. Like at first he's like really upset, and then he's like, "Wait, shit, you guys didn't rat me out." Just, oh, okay, cool, yep, that's, yep.
It's okay. If you like the name Waylon, that's fine. I had a week where I wanted to be called Carl, but it didn't really stick.
Do you want us to call you Carl Oz?
No, I like Ozzy.
Okay.
Alright.
You look like an Aussie.
So, like, can I call you Darv again, or are we supposed to keep this
Not public.
little,
And I'll go finger gun.
Oh?
Holy shit.
Alright.
Yeah, you know, working on this thing for a little bit, maybe for the time being. We'll burn that bridge when we get there.
Do you not like the name Waylon? We can think of another one. What about something close? We could call you Winston.
I like that as a backup plan.
Fabian's going to sort of step off the or stand up from the dresser where he's been sitting, and he's going to be like, and you know, just because you're up against some godkin doesn't mean all of them are quite as evil as Naughty. I mean, there are alternatives to fighting. You know, communication. Waylon's an expert at that. Sometimes.
And seduction's on still on the table then for you, Fabian?
Well, maybe we can flip a coin for it. He's gonna pop back in your brain. Does anyone else have anything else to add, or should we sail on? All right. With that, you guys can all gain the benefits of a long rest, and yeah, with that, we're gonna take our break. Why don't we come back at 10 p.m. Or I guess at the start of the hour, and yeah, then we will check out a whole new world.
Oh, a dazzling place.
All right, we will be right back. pressing Oz's face. Okay. So, you guys are, you wake up and you're all alive. It's a strange feeling, knowing everything that happened. It's like a bad dream, and this whole trip has been filled with those. So it's a weird whirlwind of emotions. But as you wake and you look out, Plantania is clearly in view. You see, you've come on the western side. You sailed way, way, way far northwest in a strange route that Horatio was using to try to avoid the Nautilus, and that didn't work. You've gone around the tall cliffs on the southwestern part of Plantania. Plantania named as such because it's shaped like a giant plantain, or banana shaped. And you slowly make your way around, seeing rocky spires and what looks to be a stone citadel in the far distance as you pass the southwestern peninsula, where it's said that a group called the Valkyries live. Although they're very reclusive, said to be a group of like extremely powerful female fighters. Some with the ability to fly. And I love that you're using scone bones emotes too.
Perfect.
And eventually, as it gets to be around 11 a.m., you make your way into a little inlets. There's a very small swampy peninsula and sandy beach along some very small cliffs, much smaller than the ones you guys saw on the way in. And there's a dock that seems very bustling, and there you've got a very clear view, your first view of Jereksbonding. I will take you guys there now. Here it is.
New map, hell yes.
I
Whoa.
will take party token to show you guys where you guys are.
There's a pink house.
It looks so cool, dude.
Thank you.
Map smell.
There's a pink house. There is. Yeah, there's a pink house. Its color matches the character who will be interested in it. If you can believe that. That's color coding to help both me and you.
So it's my house. I get it.
It's your house. You live there now. Game over. You have moved to Ohio and settled down.
If I had a penny for every ink character that's settled down in a city, I'd have two.
Yay! Shout out to Zeno, I guess. Okay. So, the ship pulls in to one of these docks. You see a number of sites, and it's almost a little shocking to see so many people around, bustling around, just doing average work. You're finally back in a pseudo point of civilization. Now, a few things catch your eye as you're entering into this town. It definitely does have a semi-piratey vibe, but it's in much nicer state than the pirate village you were in previously, which is your closest remnant civilization that you had on the island. This is definitely a town with older houses, places. This has been established for many, many years. But there are a few newer buildings. one that really sticks out is this giant fish-shaped building that seems to be directly, all things pointing towards it from the docks. This seems to be a major market where a lot of people are unloading and loading things and taking them on and off ships. You guys actually have to wait a while before you can dock, as some ships are getting out of the way, giving you time to see the sights and really soak in all that the city has to offer as you're as you're standing aboard the deck. And one of the things you guys notice is just like how loud it is compared to, I mean, the jungle was loud with buzzes and birds, but you're just hearing people shouting about the prices of fish and having just loud, gossipy conversations. All sorts of people, too. There are pirates. There looks like there's some middle-aged women who are just shooting the shit. There are random pedestrians, people who aren't salty or fighters. There's kids running around playing. The pirate children seem immediately taken with them and just scrambling to get off the boat, running in circles. Some of the pirates are like trying to grab them and wrap them up so they don't jump off the boat too soon. Tuck seems extremely overwhelmed, almost like hiding behind the edge of the boat, of the deck, so he can peek out. He's never seen so many people in one place before. After a short amount of time, some boats get out of the way, and you guys pull up to the second dock and weigh anchor. And as you're getting off, you see what looks to be a very strange metal boat that you've never seen the like of before. Make a anyone who would like to can make either an intelligence or a history check on this vessel. Ink, you know exactly. The rest of you are like, wow, that is a weird metal boat. I can't believe how that can even float. It looks like inside it there is a fisherman of sorts. He looks like not too different from the sailors that you guys have aboard the vessel, sort of like a middle-aged man with a scratchy beard and a little corncob pipe and sort of squinty eyes. But Ink, you know exactly, I should say, Finn, you know exactly what this is. This looks to be one of the few remnants or byproducts of the Age of Innovation between the dwarves and the gnomes. It is a steam-powered tugboat used for pulling vessels in and out of the dock. And it looks like it's also sort of a houseboat. Looks like this guy has sort of made himself a place to live. He must work at this port, and he's also that's also where he lives. It's his little houseboat. And it's a nice little red boat, and it just has a lot of personality with its little smokestacks and its sleepy guy in the window who seems to be eyeing everybody. Seems to be intrigued by your boat and eyeing you all as you start to disembark. Tavian is running down the deck and onto the dock and is cheering like he's finally off the island. He's survived, is roaring with delight. Holly's trying to keep him in, but then she starts roaring too. They're both so happy they're in tears to actually have survived this hellish ordeal. It's really hitting them now that they've made it. All the fears from yesterday are gone as they've made it someplace that feels vaguely civilized. And Horatio has taken on resumed a more officious state. Like he's also reached the end of a journey too, and he seems to be smiling as he gazes off. What you can see on the hillside looks to be a large mansion house to the north. and he's looking to everyone, and he's patting his workers on the back as they begin to unload some cargo too. But yeah, he looks like he's in better spirits as well. Just in this initial dock area, does anyone have anything they would like to do or inspect or check out as we're landing in Jereksbond?
The market over there to the left, just from a kind of cursory glance from where we are, is it just a fish market, or can we kind of get all sorts of provisions and supplies and equipment there?
Based on, I'm just going to let you have this because you would be able to tell based on the number of carts and wheelbarrows going in that direction. It seems to be, you can see everything from adventurer's gear to some weapons, to your normal fruits and veg and fish. It looks like it is shaped like a fish, just as a tourist attraction to a certain extent, but it looks like this is like the heart and soul of the city. It looks like all roads sort of lead to this market, whatever it is.
Okay, fair enough.
So as you guys are disembarking, you notice something strange, which is that some of the people who are like coming out to meet you don't look like normal like longshoremen or dock workers. Please give an investigation check to try to figure out what these people are.
Wow.
Womp.
Okay, so Finn, you're like, why are some of these pirates so nerdy? Wei and Oz, you're both struck by the same notion, coming at it from, different angles as your characters would, but you're both struck by the notion that, wait a minute, these aren't pirates, these aren't sailors, these are business people wearing sailor costumes. And sure enough, that's what they seem to be. They don't seem to have any of the trademarks of sailors. They don't seem to have rough calluses or, scars or even many muscles. They seem to be a bunch of pencil pushers with clipboards and scrolls and quills who look like they're doing bureaucratic duties, inspecting the ship top to bottom. And one of them seems to be speaking to Horatio, and he gestures towards the Sahooligans, the party, and says, "Yep, that's them right over there." And then he starts chuckling to himself and shouts over to Ronnie, "Good luck!" Ronnie's ears twitch and fold back like an angry cat. Ronnie, much like Tuck, is deeply uncomfortable being back in a civilized area, so to speak. A metropolitan area, preferring the wilds in most circumstances. This officious-looking person, a hobgoblin, much like Horatio, but a smaller, less imposing one. And in fact, you might describe them as dull. Just a very dull and boring-looking bureaucrat with a slight piratey vibe in that they have what look to be clip-on earrings and a bandana with little bags of money on it on their head. Walks up to Ronnie and looks at Ronnie, who looks to be staring at this person with just wide-eyed fear, just sensory overwhelmed. Sighs briefly and turns to the next person, who they seem to think, who else could be in charge here? I'd like everyone to make a charisma check.
I was gonna say Waylon just sidles up next to Ronnie.
Okay, that's good too. Okay.
As he is approaching, Ozzy is whispering to himself, "Oh no, my papa told me to worry about men with clipboards and suits."
Your papa's a wise man.
But you got a natural 20.
Oh no, Ozzy.
No, Ozzy, no.
I don't know what to do because it's like 2 of you rolled saves and then 2 of you rolled regular.
Oh.
But I think due to the natural 22-ishness of Oz's roll, I'm gonna have to defer to funniness and good luck. So what's gonna happen is the dull-looking hobgoblin's eyes are just sort of going to lackadaisically roll across everyone in the party, and then stop at Oz and go, "Bird Kid! It's the Bird Kids!" And
No way.
suddenly,
I hope that
a
was
few of the other, the few of the dock workers and a few of these like officious, nerdy-looking bureaucrats come rushing around, and suddenly all of them are asking Oz to sign their documents. And some of them are giving Oz rubber stamps to use on them, to use as like, I want to say that the Bird Kid actually stamped me, which seems to be a mark of pride amongst them. And Oz, it's a little bit bewildering because they're all swarming around you like you're a famous person for a little bit, and they seem to have lost track of whatever it was that they were attempting to do.
Don't touch anything.
Wait, no. My papa told me I'm not allowed to sign papers unless he reads them first.
Yeah, true. True facts.
When you said don't touch anything, were you talking to them or talking to Oz, or both?
I was talking to Oz, but like also probably trying to like shoo some of them away.
Ronnie snaps out of their trance state, and just as Oz is recoiling from these people and they keep shoving, getting more and more aggressive, Ronnie is going to say,
No, Oz, no. Hang on, just hang on.
and is going to step in the way. Please, no autographs or sketches. The Bird Kid is on vacation and needs rest. And Ronnie's going to make if Ronnie can do their trademark deception check. No one seems to be convinced that the Bird Kid is on vacation, but being that Ronnie is naturally intimidating and in the way, they eventually, after a few minutes, back down and compose themselves. But this has eaten up about 10 minutes of just trying to get the commotion down before the bureaucrat reintroduces themselves to you. Were you going to say something, Oz?
Oz is very overwhelmed. I made a small roll. Oz, the second there is a break, is going to make a run for it.
Wait, I have that.
No, Oz, no. Hang on, just hang on.
Ronnie can see the bolting happening, and Ronnie is going to put a hand on your shoulder and use a reassuring presence to try to calm you. And they're gonna say,
Oz is just going to crawl up Ronnie's arm like a cat and just kind of perch on them.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Ronnie's just going to gently sort of pet or stroke Oz on the head and be like, yeah, trying to be reassuring. We won't let them take you. Now that Ronnie has something active to do, a mission, so to speak, of protecting Oz from the horrors of the big city, they seem more at sorts. And this bureaucrat is going to look at the terrified Oz and is going to turn to... Wait, who else did those persuasion or charisma rolls? Oh, of course. Finn with the big number. Okay. So, is going to turn to you, Finn, and is going to be like, oh, I say, I thought that the moniker Bird Kid was, just an expression, but he really is just a child. Now I feel awful for badgering him like that and causing such a scene. My apologies to you and your friends.
Yeah, you should feel bad. That's weird. We just got from a long journey, man.
He sort of grimaces and grinds his teeth a little bit. As I said, I'm most sorry. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Zaylee Box. It is my duty as a representative of Courtly Credit to conduct a full audit of those who have ridden this vessel, specifically with regard to your duties for the Valor-bound Society.
Right. The Valor-bound Society.
They're our adventuring guild, right?
Right,
Yes.
that is correct.
He kind of looks back towards Way. In like a please help me.
Kelkin's just giving an enthusiastic double thumbs up, like, you got this.
Yeah. Whale just sidle up, just yeah.
Very well. It has been said that you have been tasked with the delivery of two things. One person, Odilon Silverton, and one item of considerable value. And I believe I am to understand that your initial vessel was dispatched quite horribly. Is that true?
Yes, we hit a very bad storm out of nowhere. Unfortunately, in the wreckage, we found what's the guy's name again? Odal? I don't want to use his nickname.
Odie or Odilon Silverton, yeah.
We found, and Waylon will put a hand over his heart and just kind of make a. We found the corpse of Odilon Silverthorn, and unfortunately, we were to Overton. That was in character. Overton.
Odilon, Odie, Silverton. Wait, Odilon,
Yeah.
Odie, Silverton. I'm putting it in the chat.
No, I like Way getting the name wrong while trying to pretend like he cares so much.
make a Way, make a persuasion roll. Okay. He gives you like a slightly concerned look, like he's not sure if you he's 100% not sure, because he's like, either this guy hit his head or is so choked up that he can't remember things straight, or he really just doesn't give a shit. It's very hard to tell. But he's sort of on the fence, but it's neither here nor there for him, he seems. He's just sort of making notes. I see. So you found him dead after the shipwreck.
Yes, it was most unfortunate. We were very respectful with his body. We gave him a lovely burial. However, we do still have the other item in question. I can go below deck. We can go see it if you wish.
That won't be necessary. We already have some people dealing with that.
All right. Finn, you still have his thing, right? The ring. You got the ring?
Oh yeah, or necklace or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not suspicious at all.
No, super important and meaningful. Yes.
Oh,
she'll
I
pull it
see. An affect of the person. All right, I'll make a note of this here. And so what is it exactly that you have? You have. I remember you guys got some stuff from. That was like session 3. So forgive me.
I think we had like a handkerchief as well.
Yeah, we have a handkerchief and then a piece of jewelry. Which
you have the amulet, right?
That sounds right.
Affinity has the Silverton amulet in her sheet.
Yes, that's what it's called.
and someone else got, I believe, the handkerchief.
I think Ronnie might have taken that.
Let me double check Ronnie's sheet. However, Ronnie's going to intercept at this point and be like, hold on a moment. Why are we telling you anything? Why do we have to do any of this? I'm sorry, but not to be rude, but
Bellerbrand?
right, but he doesn't work for them, right? No, I'm a member of Courtly Credit. I'm a dock auditor. I audit at the docks. He says this with a matter-of-fact thing that suggests that Ronnie should know what that is. Ronnie, of course, does not.
Okay, we'll be honest with you. We don't really know how things work here. If you could just take a seat and explain to us in great intricacy the details of the way that the banking system works, we would be much obliged.
please. Ronnie is holding up their arms like, no, like nothing could be worse than that. Oh,
Ozzy pulls a little notepad out and a pencil to take notes.
Oh, I would, believe me, there is nothing I would like more than to spend an evening telling you all about the intricacies of the banking system, big boy. But, I haven't the time. It is a job of bureaucracy, and while I love bureaucracy, I must attend to my duties, of course, but maybe later.
Oh, what a shame.
He's going to start formulating a strange bit of incantation. It looks like he's creating almost a sigil on his sheet, and then he's going to rip it off of his clipboard and hand it to Wei. And it appears to be just an otherwise blank paper with a large number on it that says 23. But as you look closer at it, actually, anyone who would like to can make an Arcana check on it.
Hey.
Oh, nice. Some dirty 20s in there. You guys get the sense that this is an enchanted paper that, just based on the gloss and the sheen, it looks like he's done something with the ink here that allows it to change. And this seems to be a number assigned to your case. And as he sees you looking at it, he says, when this gets down to your time, it will let you know. So please keep it on by and don't lose it. We'll know if you lose it, and there are fines for that. Ronnie's ears fold back. They do not like this guy. And at this point, you're going to hear some commotion from behind you. As you guys were coming into the docks, you noticed that there were these large cranes that, wooden cranes, like simple machines, not the birds, that are used for loading and unloading cargo. And they're in the process of reaching down within the ship and loading up that pallet that the gold statue of Odie is on, and pulling it, excavating it basically from the hold of the ship, and bringing it around over the dock. And you guys are watching this, and you can see Ronnie looking like, oh god, like, what are they gonna do with that? What is happening? And as they are carrying this thing, you guys hear a terrible creaking and then a sudden snap, and the entirety of the crane, from about a foot up on its base, rips and breaks like an oil derrick breaking off, and the statue, along with the crane, falls directly into the bay, into the ocean below. the docks. With a huge and a bunch of sand and dust begins to swirl around, obscuring your view of the statue as it plunges deep into the water. How do you respond to that?
Oh, honestly, it's probably for the best that no one gets to see that thing.
Yeah, that feels a little bit fateful, to be honest, in the weird way.
Yeah. Wei will turn to the bureaucrat and be like, "That was not under our that this is not our liability. This is," points to the dock. Just we had nothing to do with that crane, for the record.
Zaylee, the bureaucrat, is like, I'm so sorry that I told them that they needed to inspect their cranes every day for just this. This is a nightmare. Oh, and he rushes over and looks into the deep with everybody else. And some sailors are already grabbing ropes and diving in to try to get a sense of it. He turns around to you and says, "Never to worry. We'll have it. We'll have it as soon as we can." And you notice that your number on the sheet of paper begins to slowly tick up, as if your waiting time has just increased slightly. It's now at about 29 and then 30. And it begins to hover between those as if it can't decide based on what's happening, how long it's actually going to take to bring this thing up and get you called. He's going to say, "Listen, we don't normally make allowances like this, but because of what's just happened and it's being on our watch, I do wish to give you this for the time being." And he hands you what looks to be an enchanted ledger. It's sort of like a pocketbook attached to what looks to be a small purse. And he gives it to you. This will make note of any transactions that you take part in at the Seafair Bazaar. That being that large fish-shaped building over there. He points to the fish-shaped building. This is a central point of commerce here, and one of our greatest attractions in the city. While you're waiting there, please help yourself to any food or beverage or any of the things you would like to buy. Now, I cannot say that you will get any of these things for free, of course, but you will be provided while using that with a slight 10% discount, thanks to it being a courtly credit enchanted ledger. I hope that will help you. And any and all of your purchases will be added to your overall debt, which will be taken care of when you reach your appointed time at courtly credit, which is that number that is slowly ticking down. Don't worry, we'll have your assets in good company soon enough. He looks very nervous.
Yeah, Waylon's just gonna look at Fed.
Yeah. I guess, well, I don't know about you, but I think I've earned myself a little treat.
Mr. Fancy Man, when this does reach the number 1, will you come find us? Do we come to you? Where do we go?
Well, yes, of course. I'm sorry, I'm just a bit flustered. When it reaches your time, it will point you in the direction you wish to go. However, if you remain at the Seafair Bazaar, you will only have to walk down the road to that keep-shaped building a few shops down. That is Courtly Credits, the banking organization that I work for. You will come in there for your final audit, and there all of your assets and your behaviors will be added or subtracted from your debt, and we will be able to make an account of your behaviors and your assets in due time, of course.
What do you mean by our debt?
Well, that's yet to be determined. This is a city that runs by the numbers, of course, and certain things, they do tend to add up, of course.
What if we don't want you to have a track on our assets?
Oh, well, I'm afraid the process has already begun.
I see. She gives him a look.
A bead of sweat drops down his temple. Yes, of course. Well, that's just the way things are here in Jereksbond. Of course, if you have any difficulties with the way that things are run and our relationship with the Scorch Brigade, and they are the ones who set the laws here, you can take it up with them. Although I don't recommend it, if you'd like to keep your limbs intact. So, yes, allow me to escort you in the general direction, and yes, right that way, just head towards the Seafair Bazaar. Actually, I'd like to stay behind and make sure that your statue is recovered successfully, and that everything's all right. If that's all right with you.
I see
Have
why my
at it,
papa
senor.
warned me about you guys now.
He seems to take this as like a real insult, and he seems very sorrowful since it came from Bird Kid. I'm so sorry, Mr. Bird Kid. And yeah, with that, you sort of have free reign of the city right now. He's told you to wait at the Seafair Bazaar. People are bustling around trying to get the statue out. In the commotion, you've already lost track of Horatio. Some of the other NPCs are just sort of milling about. Yeah, some are going to keep close to you, and some are going to go about and start shopping. The kids who Oz brought on board have already started just like running around the city, so it might be difficult to track them down immediately. But yeah, you're able to do whatever you would like at this point.
I'd love to go get a meal.
Yeah.
We've been sitting on that island for a while, and I'm typically a guy of pretty simple tastes, but I am craving something deep fried.
I don't think
Deep
I've
fried
had
is seafood.
sugar for months, or however long we were we were there for. Street time.
I think it's time to hit the markets.
All right.
Okay, so you're going to make your way towards the Seafair Bazaar. I will move your token. As you pass through, you almost get bumped in the elbows by all the wheelbarrows passing in and out. Lots of people doing commerce, people yelling on the streets, loud conversations, and the like. And eventually you make your way towards the big fish mouth. And there are stalls outside as well, too. People selling different dyes and perfumes and drapery. A lot of cloth on the outside. Likely things that they don't want to get the scent of all of the foodstuffs on the inside. Yeah, as you peer inside, it looks to be a great hall, and in the immediate, it looks like you are in the right place for food and bev, because there do seem to be many tables on the inside, right by the door, along with a path through which, different carts take to the stalls in the back. But yeah, there does seem to be a large bar and tavern area in the front of it. I'm going to take you now to the Seafair Bazaar map, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Oh, sweet.
Okay. So this is what you're looking at here. Let me see if I've got it set up for. Yeah, that's good. So what you're looking at here is only basically one part of the Seafair Bazaar, but it is the main part that you will be operating in when you visit. And if there's anything in particular that you guys are looking for when you're coming to this place, or any of the shops in the future, just let me know, and you'll be able to. We'll be able to try to find that for you. I'm going to place your tokens here. In general, I'm just going to assume that Tonka is with Oz. And we'll say that the other friends, so that we don't have a million tokens to deal with, are just sort of either milling about or running about doing their own errands and sort of things. Did we lose the music?
No, I think it's just quiet for
Oh, it's
now.
just quiet. Okay. All right. So yeah, you enter this large indoor marketplace and tavern. It seems like a majority of the public business is done in this place. You see some lively conversations with some orcs and hobgoblins, or I'm sorry, a bugbear and a half elf. You also pass by what looks to be like a minotaur mercenary. There's some bloodstains on the wall. There's some tough-looking characters over to the right side of the map. There also seems to be some dwarves having a lively discussion at a long bar table. Strangely enough, there's a bunch of goats just like loose over here. And one of them is standing atop a table eating a boot. It looks like he might be drunk too. There's some empty pitchers near him. And they're all standing next to what looks to be some sort of skeleton. There's a few shops, and you guys notice just a few different salespeople as you come in. It's a little bit overwhelming all at once because of all of the noise, but it's a bit like a flea market where there's just a lot going on, business and conversation and all sorts of things. But there does seem to be a bar back here, pioneered by or not pioneered, but run by a sort of maybe it is. I guess it's different for a gnome, but a middle-aged gnome with gray hair back there who's running around happily manning the bar. There's a lot to see in here. But yeah, feel free to look for something in particular or make any investigation or perception checks you would like to, if you would like to just look around for anything that piques your interest.
I'm willfully electing to ignore one person, but I will get to that in a second. I just want to talk to the party for a second. Actually, I guess Wei in particular, and I was like, over the night, I was thinking about what you were saying about, how this is something we need to deal with. And I've actually been giving it a bit of thought. If we're going to proceed looking for these suits of armor and more of Kiki's kind, I think there might be somebody I know who could be able to help. Her specialty isn't really with ancient gods and creatures as far as I'm aware, but she's the only lead I've got, and I think she is somewhere in Jereksbonding, and we may want to find her.
Yeah, yeah. If you trust her, then let's see if we can find her. You think she's here at the market?
Honestly, I don't know. I would assume she's out in the field. I think we might have to do some investigating to find her. Like, what are the odds of us just randomly bumping into here?
Well, I have to.
What are the
I have to
odds that
ask.
her token is on the map right now? What are the odds that Oddish is trying to sell me out by making it seem like a bad idea to place her where I've placed? I don't know. Get out of here, Oddish.
With your profession in mind, is she literally in a field? Are we going to be talking to like a sentient scarecrow? Who is
No.
this?
She's just a normal she's kind of she's an expert, and a kind of like dreamy look comes over Kelkin's face. And it's like she's like really good at what she does. She's
Wayland's
not
insight 8.
Wait, I got this, yo. Damn it.
8, 6. Yes, the perfect rolls. Oz.
Ooh.
You think Kelkin smells something good.
Yeah, we can find your friend. What's name? Do they have name?
Her name is Dr. Arden Wilder, and he's just kind of fidgeting with his fingers, like twirling them around. Yeah,
Wait,
Dr. Wilder.
wait, we were talking
Oh.
about her. Isn't she your girlfriend?
What? What? No, no. Where'd you get that? What?
They're gonna make a
Never.
great
No.
first impression. These are my family. They're crazy.
No, never. Don't, please. If we bump into her, please do not say that. I am begging you.
I
don't know,
just
I just put an arm around you.
tell her. It can be hard to say stuff like that sometimes.
oh my god.
Ray tries to put his arm around Kelkin's shoulders, but he can't reach, so he's just like, "Fine, don't worry. I'll be your wingman. I'll play cool. Don't worry."
Okay. Thank you. But we may not bump into her for a while, so I think
Yeah,
I
it
think
may
we're
be a
good on that.
long,
Yeah.
long time from now. Oh no, she just went to the GM layer. Sorry, guys.
No. I didn't want you to get rid of her. I just
No,
wanted this to be
this is
like
what
a
happens when you metagame. This is what happens. This is what happens, Orion Akaba. You're punished. You died
The
off
punishment.
screen.
I
Well,
wanted to preface the meeting by relevance.
I fucking love it. So am I crazy? The music is just gone. Is it just really quiet?
Yeah, no,
or
it just
what?
stopped. It just stopped. Oh no, it's really silent.
It's
Okay,
fine.
it's just transitioning. All right. It cheeses me out when there's no music. Finn, as you are walking towards, or just walking on this side, and you have this like blood stain and these these tough looking characters, this Minotaur pirate is gonna yell it over to you. Hey, little lady, watch where you're stepping. And his acquaintance is just gonna be like,
Oh, yeah, sorry. Don't want to ruin your blood tiles.
yeah, that's right. You don't want to become one either. Ronnie has their hammer in hand. Like, this is the worst place they've ever been. And they're just, like, ready to fight everybody. Then Ronnie sees a discarded, nearly rotting fish on the ground and looks at it. It's like, at least they're giving away free fish here. And follows the trail towards these other fish here.
Drink time? Drinks anyone?
I'm drinks. Yes.
Yeah, I knew you. All right, let's go.
Yep.
On the way there, can I do a perception check to see if I notice?
Yeah, you can. You can do a perception check. And anyone who wants to do a perception check as you walk around for anything that just strikes your fancy as you're checking this place out.
I think Finn has tunnel
Receiving
vision.
booze.
One brain cell.
Wait, what did you roll? Oh, yeah, you didn't roll anything. Okay, Oz, you're just going along with the crowd. There's a lot of bells and whistles. It's getting very confusing. We'll pause for 1 second, guys, as you guys are moving.
Okay.
So, Kelken, you have finished this conversation about it would be weird to bump into Dr. Wilder! Dr. Wilder! She's right there! She is literally right there! You towering, try to hide behind Oz somehow, and Ronnie notices this and then
Right.
stands in front of you as if hiding you from, an assailant, and looks around, clutching the hammer. The dwarves all turn to their right and start laughing at the sight of you trying to cower. As you're scampering away, Kelken, actually, no, that's what's happening with that situation. Way, as you were walking by, you notice a couple things on your way, and you're sort of doing what used to be your normal routine. Anytime you would enter a large area, a bazaar, a market, you're sort of clocking everybody, to try to get a sense of like what's the lay of the lands, who are the people of interest, right? And you're sauntering over, having a nice time with Finn, but you are also like eyeballing people. And there's a couple things that immediately that you immediately notice. As you reach this point, you see across the way, you see a very eager-looking female goblin who seems to be standing at a little booth that is covered with question marks. And she seems to be looking happily, almost a little bit too cheery for the area, and the sort of the rough customers on the other side, looking for anyone to talk to her. She seems to be operating something, although it's unclear what. As you pass by this masked figure over here, amongst the rough customers by the darts on that side of the room, he seems to be giving like a really bad vibe, especially because of the fact that it looks like there is a dusty, empty mug in front of him, almost to give the appearance that he is drinking, but it doesn't seem like he is. You pass by a table with a couple kobolds and a drow over here. You also notice that there appears to be a witch over here who bears a striking resemblance to the Sandwich, but it doesn't seem like they are the Sandwich. You also see in the distance what looks to be a nun bothering a shopkeeper asking for something. And over here, you see what looks to be some sort of researcher with a table to herself, except for an imp, which is just standing on the table, dancing around and playing with some papers. But she has the entire place covered. And of course, here's the bartender and some people sitting at the bar, lizard folk, dragonborn, bard, and just some other pirates and the like, and a kindly looking gnome manning the bar as well.
All right, noted. Did I also see, like, as I'm like sitting at the bar, do I turn around and see Kelkin cowering from the lady?
You can choose to see that. I feel like your perception check was just like clocking all those individual things in that same time that is happening.
Okay.
So you probably haven't turned back to check on them yet because you're more concerned with getting a drink with Finn at present, which seems to be a pressing need of its own. And
Oh,
so
of course.
I would say you probably don't notice it quite yet. I don't think you've quite clocked that is Kelken's person of interest. I think you're just sort of being like, okay, there's that kind of shop over there, there's that kind of shop over there. Those guys over there seem like douches. Some of these other guys are just regular knuckleheads and whatever. It's also doing that thing of like checking your entrances and exits and being like, okay, what's our ins and outs here? How safe are we on a scale of whatever? And yeah, just doing general clocking.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Then yeah, he might like make a note of the goblin girl and the researcher to Finn, but kind of he'll just lean on the bar, look over, kind of wait for the gnome to get his attention.
He finishes serving a plate of ham and eggs to one of the pirates over here who greedily gobbles it up. You see behind the bar, there's a bunch of nice mugs hanging, like tankards hanging behind the bar. There's also a bunch of fresh veg, apples, and fish, and a giant squid, it looks like, over here as well. Lots of stuff, and it seems to be a full kitchen back there as well. This is your first time getting some sense of real, nicely cooked food. I mean, Tavian's food has been great, but this is, rustic fare at a regional establishment you've never been to before. This is just, it's its own thing. It feels authentic and lovely. It feels like, oh, we might actually get to let our guard down for a second, not just, let the tastes and scents momentarily distract us from being shipwrecked. After a while, the gnome is going to come over to you guys. How can I help you?
What's the strongest drink you have here?
Oh, let's see. For a lady like you, and he seems to be sizing you up. Are you? No. You're not in the mood for wine, are you? Unless it's sea wine.
Sea wine?
Oh, yes. A fine sea wine. It's, well, it's strong, all right. If that's what you're looking for. But, it's, not drunk for its taste. I'll have you know.
I could probably take it, sure. Let's give it a try.
Oh, you'll take it, but it might take you, too.
Perfect.
And for the lad?
You know what? You make it sound so appetizing, I have to second that.
Great! Oh, nothing like being fresh off the boat and getting a taste of the sea. He opens up a bottle that looks particularly, it looks like slightly cloudy, but otherwise translucent liquid, murky in its just like cloudiness. And he pulls the top off and pours you each a small, or I should say, smaller than the tankards, but still a large glass of this stuff, and puts it before you. And before getting back to his other duties, he waits to see how you guys respond to it. Let me see your writ de compte.
Waylon will pull out the ledger, the magic ledger.
Oh, work for the bank, do you? Oh, that'll be nice.
More like making the bank work for us.
Oh, for that. All right. Let me just put this here. Okay, then you are good to go. He sort of makes a note on the ledger, and you see, on your ledger it says, "Hey, get out of here." It doesn't say that. It says,
Time to go.
It says 4 silver pieces.
Fine with me. Waylon will hold up the glass and kind of like offer it as like a little toast to Finn.
Oh yeah, cheers. Then just swings it down.
Oh yeah, bottoms up.
All right, make a con check,
Oh Jesus.
both of you. Hey, where's my documents?
Wow, 2 16s.
Wow, you both
Twinsies.
swig it, and immediately on your, not necessarily empty stomach, but stomach that's only been dealing with, limited rations, it hits like a little like boink in the stomach, but then it bounces back, and you immediately feel that warm, slightly buzz taste, and you realize this stuff is potent. It sort of tastes like oil, but it's certainly doing the job. And you guys, within a matter of 30 seconds or so, have gone from sober to having a nice buzz on and being in very good spirits. And the gnome is going to be like, well, all right, name's Gomer. If you need anything else, just let me know. He goes about busying himself with other stuff.
Yeah, I
Drink
mean,
like this since the casino.
yeah, right? It's rustic, but refreshing.
Yeah,
Slimy yet
yeah.
satisfying.
Lightningy.
Lightningy. Speaking of the casino, you never gave me that scoop you promised.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man. It's gonna sound stupid.
Try me.
I got myself. I started listening to Sable, right? He says, "Come on, help me with this job for your dad." I go on it. Motherfucker sold me out.
Like set you up, sold you out?
Yeah, set me up. I don't know, we pissed off some hooded guys in a creepy clearing, and then, he left me holding an empty box, and then he set them after me.
She like slams her fist on the thing. I knew it. First of all, first mistake was listening to that idiot.
Yeah,
However,
no, I don't
Uh,
even know what I was thinking.
Can I pause real quick? Wait, are you intentionally bending the truth here?
Yes.
Okay, then make a deception check. Okay, Finn, make an insight check.
okie dokie.
Oh no.
Oh, it's just a +4. Oh,
Okay.
yeah, well.
You're feeling good, and it feels so nice to finally have a moment together like old times where you can just finally talk up. You're gonna take him at face value. He was listening to Sable,
Mhm.
and this was Sable's idea.
I had a feeling I didn't know what was up, but when Sable didn't come back either, I had a feeling it was somehow his fault.
Yeah, I feel like such a fucking idiot, and it's just, God. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry about how I left.
I mean, it makes sense. It's I know my dad's probably not the most understanding person all the time, but like I don't know, I feel like my uncle would be chill if we just like explained, cuz he thinks it was you. It was your fault.
Well, I mean, but Sable's been with your family for so long. What? You know?
Sure, but I don't think he's there anymore from what I know. Which is an even bigger boot to take, I think. I actually don't. She's like sort of putting pieces together now that don't quite match.
What's going on in her mind right now?
She's like, okay, well, if it was Sable's fault, but Sable didn't come back. But but at the same time, they thought it was way.
Make
But
an intelligence
something
check
that's not-
right now.
Okay.
You're wondering, how does Sable benefit from this?
Yeah,
How
exactly.
specifically does Sable benefit from throwing Way under the bus if Sable is also out of the picture? And then you start to think about it. Well, it makes sense if Sable wants to get rid of Wei, because maybe Wei is, encroaching on Sable's turf, but then Sable left Sable's turf. So, who, like, did you hear your dad talk about Sable since then? I don't know if you did, or if you did, you probably didn't hear many details. He was probably really mum about the whole thing.
Right.
And you're starting to also remember the fact that your dad never seemed that you've seen your dad after deals went awry. He never seemed that upset about this one.
Right. She's sort of is mumbling these sort of things to herself, but in the moment is kind of just deciding to be like, well, I don't know what's up with Sable. Weird of him to run away too. I don't know. Maybe those guys were mad at him too. I don't know. My
Yeah.
dad doesn't ever tell me anything, so
I couldn't tell you what he wants. He's just some flea-bitten wreck, as far as I'm concerned.
yeah, you pretty much nailed it there. But I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah. Of course.
With that, let's cut back to what's going on the other side of the room. Kelken, how are you doing?
I'm just cowering behind Ronnie, and I just whisper. I just yoink Ronnie around by the shoulder, so like they're staring. I'm staring right in their face, and like, Ronnie, she's right over there. And I know I said that we need to go and meet her and stuff, but like, I thought we'd have more time. I thought I'd have time to figure out what I wanted to say and what I wanted to do and how I'm gonna approach her and what I don't know what to do. She's right there. She's right there. Right there. And I point, but I've turned Ronnie around to face me, so Ronnie has absolutely no idea what I'm pointing at.
You're pointing past Ronnie. Ronnie is going to try to discreetly tilt and look. And Ronnie's going to put an arm on your shoulder and just be like, okay, breathe. I'm a little out of my depth here. Feel like I might be more comfortable talking to these dead fish than a lot of these people in here. But I like talking to you, Cal. You're honest and upfront about your feelings, even when your feelings are weird or embarrassing. And that's good because you don't lie, you don't keep secrets, and so I can trust you. So I think if this person's someone you know and you've met before, they probably like that too. And they'll probably just be happy to see you.
Okay, so just honesty, right? Honesty is what we're going for.
Yeah. Honesty is always good.
Wait, I can help. Tell her nice stuff and like give her a shiny rock or something.
Shiny rocks. Ooh, that's a great idea. Do people like those? Do people like shiny rocks?
Yeah, people love shiny rocks.
I do, definitely. Yeah.
Could I maybe borrow a shiny rock? I don't think I took any shiny rocks, but could I borrow one?
Okay. You say borrow.
Not enthusiastic, obviously.
I will owe you. I will owe you. He just like puts his hands together in like a pleading sort of motion. I will owe you so much, Oz, please.
All right. You know what? Shiny rocks always win. Here you go. And Oz pulls just one of the treasure shiny rocks that they found on their adventures and hands it to Kel.
Kel just gives Oz like a really tight hug and a little peck on the top of the head. It's like, I owe you, I owe you.
You kiss Oz? He's a child.
Yeah, on the top of the head. On top of the head, like okay.
Kiss the dragon hat.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly.
He's always wearing the hat. It's hard to remember when it's just the plump Oz emote thing on the token.
And Kelkin slowly makes his way over, but I think in the panic of the moment, almost subconsciously, I can, because of my Furbolg trait, I can use disguise self once per day, and I think I try to unconsciously make myself like a little taller, you know, like a little more jacked, chiseled, like a slightly more chiseled jawline, forgetting that she's seen me before.
If you do that with disguise self, just make yourself look more like a stud.
Exactly.
Okay, as
Just Kel an encouraging thumbs up as he leaves.
As you are disguising yourself, you walk by this fish cart and you step on one of these fish. Make a dexterity save to try to keep okay, yeah, okay. You kind of slip a little bit, but you slip forward in a way so it squeaks, you know, on the floor, and then you stand straight up, and and people, like, because it's a high-pitched noise, everyone turns and looks, but you're not doing anything weird. You're just standing there, and you
Just standing
see,
there, hands on my hips.
yeah, it was slightly more of a butt chin, slightly more of, you know, nicer abs and biceps and stuff. And you immediately make eyes with Dr. Wilder, who sees you from across the way, and like kicks her chair back and stands up. Kel. She doesn't run to meet you, but she's like standing and like, why aren't you coming over here? Kind of stance.
Kelkin resists every urge to rush over, and he tries to like saunter confidently and slowly across the room.
Make a charisma check.
Hell yeah. Just a flat charisma?
Yes. Emphasis on the flat. Natural, no, a dirty one. You rolled a 2
no.
and got -1. So, Kelkin, you take about 45 seconds as you take this, like, needlessly circuitous, to the point where she sits down because she gets tired of waiting for you standing up. Like, it becomes so clear what you're trying to do that you're trying to not give up interest that she's like, oh, okay, I guess we aren't as close as I thought, and just sits back down.
I finally arrive at the table and I'm like, hey.
Hi, Kel. Oh, so did you get lost on the way here, or what was that? You were walking really...
Just...
What happened to your chin? She pulls out a magnifying glass and stares at it. It looks like 20% larger.
Oh, I lost weight?
And it went to your face?
It's... I was taking so long to get here because I have so many friends in this bar, and, you know, they all wanted to say hi, and, you know, I couldn't let them down.
Make a deception check. Right. That's why you didn't stop to talk to anyone. You just sort of walked in a serpentine fashion and then eventually came here. What's up? Are you mad at me? How did you get here, by the way?
Oh, we have so much catching up to do. No, I'm
yeah,
not
we
mad
really
at you.
do.
Why would I be mad at you? I mean, you didn't like leave or anything, you know. I didn't.
Well, I did leave.
Right, but I'm not mad at you for it. No, why would I be mad at you for it? No, you're being silly. It's been so long. It's good to see you. How are you?
Um, honestly, Kel, you don't want to talk about me. You're just being nice. You're a nice guy. I
No, I do. I
appreciate
do.
that.
I really do. I really do want to talk about you.
Make a persuasion check. No, I can tell you're just being nice. As you're getting casual and you're like reaching out across the table a little bit to like emphasize that you want to talk to her. This imp that's been like standing on the table is getting closer and closer to you and is going to attempt to bite your fingers.
What the?
Make make a dexterity save. Okay. You will take you'll take one piercing damage from the imp bite as it bites you. And Dr. Wilder rolls up a piece of paper and it slaps it on the table. Hey, bad. We talked about this. Don't bite friends. Nah, I bite what I want. I bite. And he grabs some papers and it starts ripping and eating them. Ugh, honestly. I keep the imp here because it scares away anyone else and I can focus on my research. But I waste so much time making fake research papers just to give it something to bite. Fake? That's fake? No, that's very important. Don't rip it up. Yeah, I rip. And it continues to rip on the paper. You see what I'm dealing with here? This is why things aren't great.
Fake notes are pretty smart. That's
I'm a doctor.
Yeah. I got here on a boat, which, probably everyone else got here by boat, but this is a special boat because I was on an adventure with my friends.
I mean, that's kind of true. Are you trying to deceive her? Based on your performance,
not at all. Not at all.
You just have a weird timbre about the way you're saying it. It's hard to tell if you're trying to trick her.
No, not at all.
Okay, with your friends. And are they doing hidden step right now?
No. So I was actually, and then there's like Ronnie's like just a quick flashback of Ronnie saying be honest. I was actually just kind of nervous to come over here and say hi. So they're off doing their own thing. But I just thought I'd come by and say hi. And actually, we were all planning to meet you, and he just kind of devolves into fast-paced rambling about everything that's happened to them so far.
Why were you nervous? I thought we had a good time the last time we talked.
We did have a good time, and I thought we had a great time, and then I thought
and then I left. But I told you I had to come to Plantania. I had to do my research, and you probably felt like I was ditching you, didn't you? Ugh! I always do this. I get so caught up with my work, I don't think about how people feel. I'm just like this imp. I'm just ripping people's hearts up. Sorry, Kel. I didn't mean to. Well, if it's any consolation, I've been having the worst time here in Jereksbond. The whole city is a money pit. You get in debt just for, I don't know, sneezing. And I do a lot of sneezing in here because, it is not the nicest place to conduct research. I've just been basically going over my research papers, trying to find any rumors or anything about Umbraluxes in the area. And I feel like I'm close to something, but it's like I can't even... I don't know. I'm just in a little bit over my head money-wise, and I don't think I can go on any more expeditions or anything until I get that settled. So it's just... I'm stuck.
Have you heard of... There's an island not a couple of days sailing from here. I assume it's kind of hidden, but Oh man, the journey I've had. I saw an Umbrelux on the island, and I saw
You
another
saw an
one on the
Umbrelux?
way here. Another one
What?
on the way here.
Why wouldn't you leave with that? Tell me everything. And she pulls out a piece of paper and is immediately gonna start taking down any notes or information you have on this.
Kelkin has just forgotten about his friends.
Meanwhile, Oz, what are you up to?
Oz looks up at Ronnie. He forgot about us, didn't he?
Yep, but you know what? I think that means that it's going well, and that he might not need our help. But you should probably remind him to give that gem back later, because he will probably give it to her.
Yeah. He's gonna be fine. I'm gonna go check out those dogs with hooves.
Okay, I'm going to also do that. The everybody is eyeing you guys as you're walking by. Ronnie tries to tip an imaginary hat towards the dwarves. Gentlemen, you both saddle up at the table with the goat on it. Could you
I
guys
didn't know dogs could have horns and hooves.
Oz, make a stealth check. Okay, the goat does not notice your presence. It's a little drunk and it is happily chewing the boot.
Oz looks over at Ronnie. Can I have one of these dogs, please?
Ronnie looks around at the dwarves who don't seem interested and then looks at the quote-unquote dog standing next to what looks to be a shark skeleton on the ground. And Ronnie's trying to look for anything close to an authority figure nearby. And it's like, probably. I mean, I don't know who they belong to or if they're free range. Let me check on that. And Ronnie's gonna go over to this goblin at the booth who seems to be the closest thing to an authority figure. I forgot to give Ronnie a long rest. Hang on. That's not super important. But they're gonna talk to this goblin and she's gonna get really excited and lean over the booth and be like, "Hi, I clocked you when you came in. You seem like exactly the type I'm looking for." And Ronnie's gonna be like, well, that's nice. I was just inquiring about these goats. You want to know about the goats? She looks at them. They're really loud and annoying. So you'd be fine with somebody taking them off your hands, or one of them. Yes, please. But they're goats. They're really stubborn. So yeah, you can take one if you want. Oz, are you petting the goat?
Oz has climbed onto the table, not stealthily at all, and just petting the goat.
Okay, make an animal handling to pet the goat.
Luck point. I would like to re-roll that, please.
Oh yeah. Look it up. Oh no.
That is 2 5s. I think roll 20 is mocking me at this point.
Okay, so yeah, you got 2 5s. Even with luck. So as you get on the table and you touch the goat's butt, and the goat just immediately turns around and starts stamping the table, and is preparing to ram you. Make a dexterity save to try to dodge out of the way of the goats. Okay, so
Oh no, good goat. Good goat. Wait,
so the
goat?
goat
Dog.
the goat is
Dog.
very drunk, so you easily dodge out of its way as it falls off the table onto the ground, and then stands back up, and starts bleeding at you loudly. Suddenly, the rest of the goats are all standing around the table and surrounding you. Ronnie's like, "I have to go." It gets in the goat's face. Ronnie's gonna try to herd these goats away from you, Oz.
Wait, no, Ronnie. They're all looking at me. I think the dogs like me.
They're not dogs, they're goats. They're slightly different because they're more mean and jerky than regular dogs. That's why their feet are all bad and they've got those fin-like horns. Let me just see
So
if
they're not fancy dogs?
no, they're like less fancy dogs. You deserve a much nicer dog than these dogs, I think. Roddy's gonna start clapping their hands and go, hey, over here, and reaches into their pocket and pulls out a ration and starts like divvying it up to the goats, and then throws the rest of it onto the skeleton on the ground, and the goats happily eat it up, which gives you enough of an opportunity to not be their focus anymore, basically. So you're no longer in danger of being headbutted.
Oz climbs off the table and looks up at Ronnie. Are there other dogs here, or just goat dogs?
You know what? I don't know, but if there are other dogs, we're gonna find you. We're gonna find you a great dog, okay?
Okay.
Much nicer than these. These ones stink.
I don't know, they look tall. I wanted to ride one.
Oh my god, I can't believe I'm doing this. Alright. Let's see if you can. They're gonna pick you up and try to put you on top of one of the goats that looks the most docile. Roll.
Oz was not expecting this, so he's excited and wiggling.
Roll animal handling with advantage because Roddy's helping you. Okay.
Oz did not have advantage.
Roll. You can roll again because of calming presence from Ronnie.
I want Oz to fail this roll. So I'm good.
Okay. All right. So Oz, you're going to. It's not going to be well. You're placed on the goat, and the goat is going to turn around and just shake. And immediately try to shake you off. So after a while of trying to shake you off, the goat just sits down and you kind of slide off its butt onto the ground and it goes back to eating. There, that was kind of a ride.
Ronnie, I want a dog. I don't think these are dogs.
That's okay. All right, we'll get. You know what? One sec, please. Do they sell dogs here? No, you know, I don't think they do, but there is a pet store in town. Really? Great. Could you tell me where that is? And the lady gives Ronnie the name of a pet store called RP Pets, and it is on the other side of town. Is run by an Air Genasi, but they do sell pets. You know what, Oz? I've got great news. There's a pet store. We might be able to get that dog.
Pet store?
Yeah, a store full of animals. You could get. Ronnie's thinking about it. I probably shouldn't say you can get any animal you want.
Any animal.
Uh,
Oz walks away, not listening anymore.
No, wait!
Any animal.
I didn't even think I said that out loud. Come back. Let's check in with Finn and Wei. How's your talk going?
So, like, you're getting hunted by your head friend's Godkin X or something?
No, that is the newest bullshit that I am dealing with right now. Yeah, you remember the dream I was telling you about with the creepy fairy? She like turned to me, and you know, like in your dream, when you're like vaguely aware of your personhood. She said my name, and then she said Fabian's name, and then when I woke up, he was like, "Oh shit, that wasn't just a pixie. That was a person, and she super wants to kill you now."
Oh, that's a lot worse than what my
Yeah.
dream was, for sure.
Oh, what was your dream?
Oh, I don't really remember. Just something about being a nurse.
Huh. I wish I could forget mine.
make a deception check that you don't really remember it. Wow!
10 deception, maybe.
Wow! Can you even
By the
beat
way.
that? I'm trying to get I want to see the natural
try.
20 insight check.
The highest I could get is a 23, so yeah.
I'm a
Oh.
liar. I'm a little liar.
She's a liar. Brat cat.
Well, in case there was any doubt before, I enjoy you. I mean, like, I like being friends, and I don't plan on going anywhere or giving up easy. And, like, for the first time, probably from Wei's perspective, she's probably a little more flustered as opposed to her usual
That was so
confident
cute.
demeanor.
Yeah, Braylon's like half concealing a smile, and he's like, yeah, same to you. And, famous, not famous, you mean a lot to me, Finn.
She smiles and then is like, shots?
I think we have to. I think we have to.
More of those green tea shots specifically.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds pleasant.
Okay, he's gonna go over and bring you whatever shots you want.
Gelatinous cube shots.
Gelatinous cube. That sounds dangerous. Oh wait, that's probably just the name of the shot you want, not what's actually in. Well, you never know in a fantasy universe. Could be either way. Okay, so he's gonna put another 4 silver pieces on thing.
You know, casually racking up our debt. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's worth it.
Okay, and yeah, make another con save as you take these shots.
Like a pro.
Like a pro, no problem. Way it tickles your nose, and you kind of do like a cough sneeze. It's a little bit awkward, but also kind of funny. But you've exhaled the contents of the shot on the bar.
I was not expecting that.
Graceful.
Yep. You know me.
All right, Kelkan, let's go back to you. So you
I think I'm
are.
just like wrapping up my story, and I was like, and the crazy thing is, I thought it was a death threat, but it was actually a love letter. Like, how wild is
I
that?
told you I don't care. Tell me about the umbrellas.
Okay, yeah, but it was the next day. It was the next day. We saw it. It was a
Stop! You
giant.
always do this. you get excited that you have something I want to hear, and you're just telling me all the fluff. Just tell me the. Okay, so
Okay.
what were these
Yeah,
creatures?
giant eel, off of the port side of our ship.
Was it
It
electric?
was crazy. It seemed like it was. It was brilliantly colored. It was like yellow and blue, and
Blue.
we tried. Well, one of the sailors aboard our ship tried to attack it, but it seemed intelligent, like the stag to some degree. It knew, and it didn't attack us back. It just swam off. It was beautiful.
That was what I call, and she pulls up after pawing through a bunch of different papers. She paws through a drawing that looks almost like a series of drawings, and some of them look more accurate than others, I should say. But one of them looks very accurate. A diagram, basically, a drawing of the eel. She says, that is an ossiflectrus. And she looks very self-satisfied.
Did you name that? Do you have a species? Did you name a species? That is
Yeah,
my
that's like
dream.
my entire motivation is to name all of these things before anyone else does.
That
I guess
is.
I'll let you name one, she says, rolling her eyes.
You're my competition. I am
Oh,
going to
really?
find way more than you are.
Well, I guess you did get to see it first, so you've won there. But I get to name it Ossiflectrus.
I get a feeling my friend will be really happy with that name.
Your friend?
My friend. Oh my God! I got so sidetracked. Yeah.
Okay,
Look,
so this is happening simultaneously, right? These three conversations.
Right.
So as you look over to talking about your friend, you look behind you and you see them out there. You look on the other side and you see Oz looking. It looks like Oz is like fighting a goat on top of a table nearby. How do you respond in mid conversation as you are currently like talking about this very friend?
So if you take a look over there, the one very nobly wrestling a goat, that's one of my friends. Very very cool.
The goat at this point, the goat tries to attack Oz and falls off the table with a clatter. and the imp is like, yeah, chaos. And she looks at you like very wide-eyed and nodding and just like, okay, all right, so not all scientists that you hang out with. That's cool. Are they like a cosplayer or?
Actually, honestly, it's a really cool aspiration. That's Oz. He really wants to be a dragon, and we've kind of, bonded to a certain degree over that. He does a really good impersonation. You should hear it. No, wait, actually, maybe you shouldn't hear it. I think it would scare you. It's really cool.
It wouldn't
Trust
scare me. Why would it scare me?
me. It really strikes fear into your heart when you get up close and personal. Trust me.
Sure. Yeah, I believe you.
Do I see like Ronnie as well? Just kind of.
Yeah, you see everything that
shaking.
we've just described. Just sort of like it's not your primary focus, but as you're glancing over, you can see the situation taking place.
And giving chase, that's Ronnie. They're
Oh my. That is
yeah.
quite the tough character.
Honestly, you'd think that I'd hang around with people more like me, but hanging out with such unique people has really. We've saved each other's lives a bunch, and I've learned more than I thought I would from all of them. They're really cool people. I'd love to introduce you.
Oh, sure. Yeah, of course. I mean, but um, and she sort of like looks down briefly, like she's not sure how to phrase this. Make an insight check.
Awesome.
You get the sense that she's also looking forward to having some one-on-one time as well, so you can keep talking like this.
But you know, I mean, we can do that later. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah,
In
yeah. I
fact,
mean, well, yeah. I'm not going anywhere because of the dead.
what's I guess actually, I just want to clear the table before we go on. I'm sorry about the whole not coming over to see you earlier thing and trying
That
to
was
look
so
cool and
awkward.
stuff. I know. Like I said, I was trying to be
Trying too
kind of
hard.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kel, you're not cool. I can tell you did something to your chin and made your muscles look bigger. And while it looks, good, it's not. You don't have to like put on airs with me, Like that's why we became friends so fast, is like we both like the same things. So let's just like geek out about those things that we like. We don't have to like be fake with each other.
He just kind of looks up at her and smiles and drops the glamour, I guess. No, that's from Wolf
Oh
Among
my
Us.
god, you're hideous. I'm kidding, Kel. I'm kidding.
Ooh, that
I
that
can't
really
believe you
scared me.
thought
But
I
then
would say that. Oh,
I
you were
look.
so insecure.
I'll be real
Such
with
a
you.
nerd.
I'll be so real with you. When you left, like you said it yourself. I thought we were having a good time, and
Yeah, I'm
when you
sorry.
left, I kind of thought maybe that was my
No,
fault.
it was
Like
not your fault. It wasn't your fault at all. It's me trying to do this. And look at the great adventure I am. Here you are seeing the things that I am imagining, and I sit here in debt doing nothing. So you definitely, I mean, yeah, you took the right path, and I definitely karmically paid for it.
I mean, look, truthfully, I was more confused than angry about it, and I appreciate you addressing it as directly as you are. But I don't like seeing you in such a down spot. Is there anything I can do to help? You opened my eyes. Things that I saw when I was a kid, I thought I was insane. You showed me the truth of it all. I owe you so much, and
You don't
it's the
owe me
least I could
anything.
do.
I bailed on you. I know how you just said. I mean, I'm not going to ask you to help me with my money situation. I honestly, I don't think it's even like, have you gotten your audit yet? You just got here, right?
Uh, yeah, we have the sheet of paper. There was a mishap at the docks. We
Of
might
course
be
there
waiting a
was.
while.
That's the way it is here. There's always like a mishap, or oh, there's a misunderstanding, and oh, look at that. You owe like 10,000 more gold than you thought you did, and you can just stay here, and we'll take care of you. But then all that gets added to your debt, and then you're like, well, when do I get to leave? And then it's like, do you ever get to leave? So like that's kind of how it works here. You'll
Wait,
get
wait,
used
wait,
to
wait.
it.
You, yeah, so you just came here and you were indebted for doing nothing?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like I came in. Okay. Look, I'm on the hunts of a creature nearby, and I went. Okay, I hate to admit this because I'm like just not a good adventurer, but like I'm not a good adventurer. That's it. That's it. I hate it. But like I don't want to, but I should hire people like bodyguards. But I feel like such a wuss when I do that. So I thought I could do it. I thought I'd just walk the road north, see the thing, and I got into a little skirmish with some wild beasts, and I had to come back. I was injured, and they're like, "Oh yeah, they'll take care of you." But then you see the bill for them taking care of you, and then you're like, and then it just all compounded from there, and it just, yeah, I'm stuck.
I mean, we just got here too, and this bureaucratic dude came over and said that he'd figure out our debt, and we all just kind of brushed it off because none of us really know how it works, but
Yeah, that's how they get
I
you.
guess the same could happen to us. Is there a way out? How do you plan on staying here forever? You can't do that.
No, I don't want to, but like, what else can I do? I hear they send people after you if you try to leave without telling them. It's like they have ways. I mean, this is courtly credit we're talking about. This isn't like some podunk operation. The problem is that courtly credit doesn't normally operate this way, but this town has such weird money laws. It all feels like a giant scam. And I mean, you're not allowed to talk bad about the guy in charge, not unless you want to cause trouble. I mean, you can, but it's not good for your health, let's say. So, I mean, unless somebody else was in charge of town and change the laws, I don't see how, anything will change.
Do you need us to bust you out? Do you want us to be your eyes and ears?
Yeah, right.
What
And then you bust me out, and then you get like a 10,000 gold busting out fee, and then you're dead and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the worst.
I mean, that's rough. I'm sorry. Again, if there's anything I can do, just let me know. I guess.
Well, look, here's what you do first. You finish doing your audit thing, see how much they've got you on the hook for. And when you figure that out, if you find a way to solve your thing, then tell me what that is. And then you'll be helping me too. Like I said, I'm not good with all of the, I don't know, standing up to the bullies of the world part. I'm just good at the brain thinking, drawing animals part.
Well, with an attitude like that, how are you gonna beat me?
I feel like I already have, though, like in life.
We'll see. I'm putting together a book of my own. You really inspired me, and I guess we'll see
Okay.
who becomes
All
bestseller
right.
first.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'll see you in hell then, I guess.
Not a lot you can do sitting in this town.
Oh, okay, you're gonna go there. All right, fine.
I mean, look, I'd love to be able to talk more. I feel like I could do this forever, but
yeah,
unfortunately there is kind of a pressing matter that I was really hoping to talk to you about, and I'm not so sure what's going on. It seems like one of my other friends is way more clued in, and if you tell me where to find you later, I'd love to hang out some more.
I mean, I'll be here. I'm pretty much here every day.
Get rid of the imp, by the way. Really doesn't suit you.
Make a dexterity check.
Dexterity check.
I mean, sorry, save.
Oh, sure, okay.
Okay, the imp is just on you and scratching at you.
For the love of... Get it off me! Call him off, cut it off!
For 4 piercing damage. I guess slashing damage, but whatever. I don't control it, okay? It is an unholy alliance, all right? You shouldn't have just go for a little bit. Get a drink, come back in a bit. See, he'll calm down, okay? Here, have some more papers. She starts like taking some notes. Made up
Great
notes.
idea. I'll go get a drink. I'll get you one too, right? Do you want one? Can I get you one?
Just go for
I'll bring
now.
my
I'm
friends.
fine. I'm
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
Oh god. All right. So at this point, we should be all caught up with everybody in sync at the same situation. Oz, are you talking to Dr. Ardenwelder?
Oz peeks up over the table, puts his little beak on the edge.
Hello. You might want to avoid the imp. The imp is holding a fork, and it's pointing towards you, Oz.
Why? He looks cute.
He's really not, though.
No, he looks cute.
Oz, make a dex save. You narrowly
Oz did
avoid.
not mean that in a spirited way.
You narrowly avoid the getting forked in the eye by this thing. Oh God! Wait.
Aw, look at him. He's a stabby guy.
Nah, I don't like the bird. I want fried chicken.
I like stabbing too.
Hmm? I like stabbing too. A little cartoon heart
Wow.
appears above the imp's head.
We're both short and like stabbing things.
We are friends. What? I've never seen it be friends with anyone. What's happening?
We're good friends. She'll be so proud of me.
This is honestly fascinating behavior. She starts taking notes on what's happening. Sorry, we didn't mean to bother you, anonymous woman. We are just passers-by on a journey
Your
through...
Cal's girlfriend.
Nope. Ronnie's gonna clamp a hand over Oz's mouth. The imp is going to see this. Ah! Demon! And, try to attack Ronnie. Ronnie must roll a dex save. How did that go? Okay. It didn't go well. Ronnie must take 5 piercing damage as the imp stabs the fork into Ronnie's hand. Ah! You little bastard! I saved you, best friend! It, like, nuzzles up to Oz. What is happening? Control your pet! It's like, not my pet, though, is the thing. It's like its own, I don't want to say person, but close enough.
Oz is showing the bone dagger to the imp and comparing stabbing implements with it.
Yeah. It's very into that. Ronnie's gonna walk away. Ugh. Kel's girlfriend sucks.
I see why Kel likes you. You have cool friends.
Oh, Kel likes me, huh?
Yeah. He said nice things about you. I don't quite remember what they were, but I remember it was a good tone.
Okay, well that's good. He said nice things about you too. It looks like you really know how to handle yourself around a goat.
He keeps saying it's a goat. It has horns. It looks like a dog, but it's really mean.
Hmm. Dr. Ardenwilder has a concerned look on her face.
I wanted to bring one home, but then Ronnie said we could go to the pet store and I could get any pet. I'm hoping they have a dragon.
Yes. You like dragons, and you want to be one, right?
Dude, how can you tell?
Oz's dragon costume glimmers in the light, in the candlelight.
He's super smart or something.
I am a doctor. Oz, as you were talking to the imp, this masked figure is going to come over behind you. And he's just gonna go, hey.
Oz squawks in surprise and yells ghost.
Shh! Keep your voice down.
Oh my god.
Oh, you're not a ghost. Hello, mister.
Don't hello, Mr. Me. How come you're not wearing
Oh,
your
hello,
mask?
ma'am. I'm sorry. I should have asked.
No. Huh. Don't joke around. Why aren't you wearing your mask?
What?
Are you here spying on me?
What?
Stop playing dumb. He'll be angry if he finds out that you're disobeying him.
Are you okay? Do you need a snack? I have some extras. I know I could get a little bit hangry when I'm hungry.
He backs away. And then suddenly runs out the door.
That was weird.
Yeah, that was really weird. Do you know that guy?
I think so. He was hooded though. It's kind of hard to see him.
No, my friend. No one else. The imp hugs Oz.
I know he was weird.
Inside Dr. Wilder's head, she thinks, maybe I do need a drink. Okay, at this point, Kel, you have rejoined the others. Ronnie's gonna sidle up next to you guys, too. Is there anything else you guys would like to talk about amongst yourselves?
So, Kel, when are we gonna find your girlfriend?
So, funny coincidence. It turns out. Wait, what? My girlfriend? Wait. Rewind. She's not my girlfriend, first of all.
That's good, because she sucks. She's got this, like, imp that stabs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know what the deal with that imp is. I guess I should have asked. I always kind of get super sidetracked.
Oh,
when
God,
I
it's hugging Oz. Oz, stay away from that thing.
Why? He's nice.
No, he stabbed me in the hand.
Well, it's because you grabbed my face.
But he's grabbing your face now.
Yeah, it's called a hug. Do you need a hug, Ronnie? It's okay. You can just ask.
Ronnie looks conflicted. No.
Oz gives Ronnie a hug.
No, my friend. Ronnie was making another dexterity save. I'm gonna kill Ronnie with more of attrition with this stupid situation.
Oh, no.
Natural one. The imp stabs Ronnie in the jugular. Ronnie begins squirting blood. What the fuck, you little... Ronnie grabs the imp and throws it as hard as she can. And the imp lands somewhere in a pile of refuse nearby. Wow, you can just do that? Man, that's impressive. Here, he gives Ronnie some notes. Ronnie coats the wound with notes and tries to use any healing or any sort of plants or anything she has to, or they have to.
Oz is holding a healer's kit. Sees Ronnie do this, like, oh no, never mind. You have it covered.
Healer's kit, please.
Oh, okay. Ozzy is going to try to patch up Ronnie here.
Okay, make a medicine check, I guess.
I would like to look that one, please.
Okay. All right, yeah. It's between the two of you, you guys managed to stop the bleeding at least. It's Ronnie doesn't regain any HP, but they are no longer in mortal peril. of neck stabs.
It's okay, Ronnie. He didn't mean it. He's just a little feisty.
I'm pretty sure he
I'm
meant
gonna
it,
go make sure
Oz.
he's okay.
No, Oz. Wait, I have something for this.
Nope. Oz. No. Hang on. Just hang on.
Okay, and oh, what are the rest of you guys doing while this is happening?
Waylon is drunkenly giving a pep talk to Cal.
How are you
Finn is
taking?
like half listening and also mostly watching whatever's happening with Ronnie and
Waylon is not paying attention to that at all.
Did you guys have another round?
No, I rolled a 5 on the last con save.
Yeah, but you barely drank it. You sneezed out. Sneezed out most of it. Okay, as you guys are just shooting the shit, you see this woman, who seems to be a priestess or nun, slowly approaching. You guys have been noticing her the way you saw her earlier. She's been sort of just like hitting up everyone along a route. Looks like she is like begging for alms for the poor. And she's going to make her way this way. And she's going to stop when she sees Kelken, and she's going to come up to him and says, You sir, you have kind eyes. Please, if you can spare even a small coin for the sick children, the dying children of Plantania, please.
Sick and dying children. Yeah, of course, of course. What did she ask? Did she ask specifically for a donation?
Any amount would be fine. Even if it's just 5 or 10 gold.
I think Kel is not very good with money, clearly, so he'll give her 50.
30 gasps, notably. Ow.
It's for the sick and dying children.
Yeah, when someone
Finn?
tells you that you have kind eyes, it really means that you look like a sucker, okay? So, like...
Are you saying this out loud or just whispering it to him?
Oh, absolutely out loud. Like, try to whisper, but not really.
Oh, yeah, okay, because you're a little bit inebriated. So it's just like... She turns to you, Finn, is like, Oh, you have such a cruel heart. That's why I didn't want to talk to you. Your eyes aren't kind at all. His eyes are so kind. He's got a loving, charitable eyes. I'll just take those 50 gold. Here, let me get my coin purse out. She goes over and she puts her coin purse out on one of the stools nearby. Then she's like fumbling and she's like, oh, my glasses. I can't see anything without my glasses. Where did I put them?
Can I insight her really quick?
Sure. You don't know for sure, but you get the feeling she's full of shit. You just have a really strong vibe. You have nothing to go on, but you're like you wouldn't give her a dime if it were you.
Hey, Kel, buddy, can I offer you some advice?
Yeah, what's up?
He's gonna like put his hand on wherever the money is, and he's gonna say, maybe we should take a look at some of these sick and dying children. Cold isn't gonna
no,
help
kind
us.
sir.
I
You wouldn't
have
want to do that. They're so contagious. You'd be sick and dying yourself.
I would be if I hadn't taken my holy oath. And he's gonna like thumb his holy symbol. Immune to all diseases. I can actually help your sick and dying children if you'd like, ma'am.
Really? Oh, bless you. Bless your heart. And she's going to come over to you and give you a big hug.
I'm going to kind of like angle myself so she can't pick my pocket. Or like angle it so Finn can see if she's going for the pocket.
Oh yeah, she's watching like a hawk.
She has her arms around your neck and seems to be actively placing her bosom against your chest.
Yeah, great. Oh, love this.
Oh, when I'm around someone with such a kind heart, it just makes me want to jump for joy. He sort of is like rubbing against you.
Kel can probably see Waylon's making faces.
I think Kelkin's eyes are like watery from tears. It's like, Waylon, you're so generous. That's so noble of you.
As she's like making these overtures, I need everybody to make a. Oh, actually, never mind. This can be a. Wow, Kelkan. Okay, I'm just gonna say, that's right? Kelkan, your passive perception is 17. That's incredible.
Oh my god.
He's a wise boy.
Yeah, he's wise.
Very wise.
He's a wise guy.
So, Kelkan, you see that there is a small, what looks to be a child, like a street urchin, sidling up to the bar where the change purse is. And they nab it and just start running towards the door.
Your money's going. Is that one of your sick and dying children?
What? What do you mean?
And I just point at the kid, who is, you want us to maybe get that for you?
She looks, the kid is like about here by now. And she looks and turns and looks and sees that her coins are missing. Oh, heavens! And she starts making a scene. Some people turn and look. Ronnie comes over to see what's going on. The kid is nearly out the door at this point. She starts shouting. She's like, oh, the money for the children! They'll all die!
Do I have a moment to react before this kid gets out the door?
Yeah, I mean, this is your moment now.
Can I entangle? It's 90 feet range. Can I just point at the kid and...
Okay, where would you like to put it?
Exactly where can you just ping the kid again?
Okay, yeah. Let me make a kid. I don't know why I didn't make a kid. But I didn't make a kid. Okay, I'll use this Fabian token as the kid for
now.
That won't be confusing at all.
he's barely a person. He doesn't. The kid is here.
He's an adult.
So then it'll just be this sort of 20-foot cube.
Okay.
Actually, if I could just move that down a bit to kind of more center it on just the kid, but nobody else.
Okay, so let's say there is a 20-foot cube.
Square, sorry, yeah.
Like that, basically.
Yeah, perfect.
You are putting it in the main walkway of this thoroughfare, just so you know. So it's a huge inconvenience. Okay, so the
It's
kid
the
has to
money for the
do.
sick and dying children.
The kid has to do a strength save, right?
Yes, against my DC, which is 15.
Right. Okay. Oh, the kid.
Ooh.
That was just a straight roll, no mod. So even if the kid was a little bit strong, I don't think the kid is strong. And the kid just manages to jump and get out of the way as the stuff is forming, and he is out the door and gone. And she shrieks, and she's like, "No! The children! They'll all die!" And she begins to faint.
Like dramatic, like to the floor kind
Yeah,
of faint.
she's falling over.
Yeah, I just try and catch her.
Okay.
Hello. She's full of it.
Okay, make a dexterity save. Okay, yeah, you catch her, and she swoons in your arms and looks into your eyes. It's like, the children, they'll be dead by morning.
It's okay. How much money was missing? How much money was in the bag?
No, Kel. We just talked about this.
I don't know. I can only think of the children.
I have money. I can help.
No.
No, Kel.
No, Kel.
And on that bombshell, that's where we'll wrap things up tonight, because we are a little bit over. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for helping the woman save her sick children, because she is clearly a very good person.
Clearly.
All right, so we're gonna raid out now. We'll be back. Hopefully we will be back next week if everybody can be here. And yeah, it looks like your internet held out. That's really good. So we're gonna raid out now the Scone Bone, as we often do. I want to thank everybody who came in. Thank you, Royal, for being in here. Thank you to Ash, our third Ash, but thank you to Ash for being in here and giving us that wonderful raid. Thank you to JD. Thank you to Zeno. Thank you to, I'm just scrolling up, Spooky, your boy Lloyd, Megan Kirby, everybody. Thank you to everybody who helped us get, Boss Jellybean, of course. Thank you to everyone who helped us get over 500 followers. We just passed that today, so we're finally at that. And happy birthday officially to Ink Viral. Happy birthday, Ink. Happy birthday, girl.
I forgot. Thank you.
We all love you very much. You're a fantastic member of this community and just a fantastic person in general. If you ever need art, go check out Ink Viral on her channel. We'll be back soon, but now we're gonna go to Scone. So yeah, we'll do something special to celebrate with Ink sometime soon. But for now,
Among Us.
well, yeah, we'll do some Among Us. That would be really special. All right, so let's head out now, and thank you very much to everyone who watched today. And if you want to catch any of our old episodes, you can go to this link right here and catch up there. All right, everybody, bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Hey, sure. JD Llama was trying to like give you a warning. I don't fully understand what it.
He texted me earlier. We've been having an ongoing conversation about. I clocked that, but I didn't. I haven't looked into what he's saying yet. But yeah,
Yeah,
he's talking about hard drive. Hard drive is going crazy right now. All right. Well, there you have it. There is another one done.
We did it.
Sorry, that was a very different episode.
Yeah.
I hope you guys had an okay time with it.
It was really fun.
It really